Alright, looks like we're up and running here. Haven't missed a play yet, don't worry. Just the opening kickoff, and that didn't really do anything. Alright, welcome into Football for Fun. It is our second semifinal game in the college football playoffs, and this is the second one we are covering. Back-to-back nights here. Last night's game was an instant classic. Tonight figures to be a pretty good game between Indiana and Oregon. They met in the regular season and put on a good show. That game, everyone remembers it as an Indiana win by 10 points. That was a close game for the most part. It was a very close game late into the fourth quarter, and then it kind of got away from Oregon later on. I think this is going to be a close game throughout. I do have Oregon in my predictions, which have been very inaccurate so far. I do have them winning this game and going to the championship and winning as well. But we will see. This is going to be a tough game. Indiana is very difficult to beat. I know that's still hard for a lot of us to process, but this is a very good roster that Indiana's got here. Very well coached. They do not make a lot of mistakes, so for Oregon to win this game, they're going to have to play a very, very clean game of football here. Now, they're going to start this game with possession here. The Oregon offense out there. Dante Moore, one of the better quarterbacks in college football. A lot of people have him going high in the NFL draft. I don't necessarily agree with that. But he's been very good here. Looks like this crowd is dominantly Indiana. Their fans must travel shockingly well. All right, here we go. First play of the game. Dante Moore to take the snap. Dropping back to throw. Gets it out fast. And, oh my gosh, it's intercepted. That's a pick six. Oh my gosh. What a way to start the game right there. It is intercepted from the start. All right, Indiana strikes first. How about that? Good grief. I mean, he just jumped that route. Very, very smart play by the defender there. It's picked off, taken all the way back. Touchdown, Indiana. They take the early lead. Oh, my goodness. You know, in addition to that, just putting them in an early hole, early deficit for the Ducks to come back from, that's a horrific start for your quarterback. You know, that's going to be in his head the rest of the day. He's got to battle back from that. PAT going up now, and it's going to be good. 7-0 after one play. Wow. Okay, I'm going to have to see the replay of that. It looked like just a quick throw by Moore, and the defender jumped it. Let's see what happened there. Was it just a great defensive play or a horrible throw? I mean, Dante Moore got that out almost immediately. And no, just defender jumped it, man. Great play by the defense. Not a very good throw. Definitely a bad decision, as we can see now. Yikes, man. Well, good for Indiana. That's a great start to the game. Wow. I believe there was a pick six the last time these teams met as well, except it was Oregon scoring on a pick six. So, yeah. Yeah, not a way you want to start the game if you're the Ducks. Indiana, wow. All right, yeah, I'm still trying to process that. I was not expecting that to be the start of this game. Good grief. So 14:49 on the clock, only 11 seconds spent, and Indiana's got the early lead. The winner of this game advances to the national championship to face Miami. The Hurricanes won a classic last night against Ole Miss. They await the winner of this game. I believe either winner of tonight's game would match up pretty well against Miami, but I've been wrong about Miami numerous times during the playoffs, so I don't really know. Oregon's going to get the ball back. Hopefully, for their sakes, it'll be a better possession this time around. All they need is 1 yard, and that'll be an improvement. Got a kickoff here. We'll see if they return it. We didn't see any kickoff returns last night. I'd like to see one tonight. Not happening this time around, though. So, first play of the game is a pick six, and now Oregon is going out there for their second possession. All right. I can't imagine what's going through Dante Moore's mind right now. It's going to be really tough for him to shake that off. This is going to be really tough already with that Indiana defense. Really suffocating defense. They do not make anything easy on you. Good grief. So it's 1st and 10 now. Oregon's got the ball. See what they do in this possession here. All right. Their only loss this season was to Indiana earlier this year. That was a close game. We got a pitch here, and he's going to get a little bit of room. Gets about 4 yards there. Not the greatest run, but they will take it. You got to get back in rhythm here. You got to get your guys feeling good because morale cannot be high at the moment. Excuse me. All right, that's better. Okay, Oregon's got the ball up at their 29-yard line now. You're going to have to ease them into this game. That offense is going to have to find its rhythm and slowly get going. See what they do. 2nd and 6. If it's me, I'm probably handing off again, personally. That's what they do. They hand it off. He's got a little bit of room. He finds the edge, and he's going to get the first down. Gets about 6 yards in that one. So Oregon early on able to move the ball on the ground. That's a good sign for them. This Indiana defense is very good against the run. They don't give up a lot of big runs. Don't give up a lot of big plays. And Oregon found that out when they played them the first time. This Ducks team is very much a run-heavy offense, run first. They want to move the ball on the ground. They did not have any success doing that against Indiana the first time they played. If they can establish the run in this game, they stand a good chance from here on out. Obviously, they got the early deficit, but we'll see what happens from here on out. Moore under center takes the snap. He's going to keep it. He's going to check it down to the running back. It's the running back screen. He stumbles, but he still keeps his feet, and he's going to get the first down. Across the 45, down around the 47-yard line. Oregon's still in their own territory, but they're moving the ball forward. Okay. All right. I see you, Oregon. I see you. I mean, look, this is an impressive drive so far, honestly. Oregon starts with a pick six. To be able to come on back out there and make some plays and get the ball moving, I think that's pretty impressive. This is already going to be a fairly difficult matchup for them. So, all right. Apparently, Oregon's got some running back issues. One of their guys is out. They got a trio of running backs who are all pretty good. One of them is out, and Whittington, their starting running back, apparently has a late injury this week, but he's going to try to play anyway. We got a handoff here that's going to go for about 4 yards. Just slowly chip away at it. And that is Harris. I'm not sure who Harris is, honestly. I know Whittington and I know Hill. I don't know who the other guy is. I've done my homework on this game, though. So I know a lot of these guys. I'm not sure who that was, though. But I guess that's their third string back in this game. Moore, shotgun formation, running back to his left. Ball at the Indiana 49, dropping back to pass. He's going to throw across the field. It's open. It's caught. Inside the 30. Oh, my goodness, he dropped that. He had it right in his hands. What happened there? That would have been an easy first down for the Ducks. But he let it slip through his hands, I suppose. Let's see the replay there. It's right there, right in his hands. Right in his hands. And he just drops it. Wow. That's rough. All right, we got 3rd and 7 here. Let's see it. This is a big one here. They're in Indiana territory. If they can convert here, they're going to get some points in this drive, probably. Empty backfield from Moore, dropping back to pass. Pressure comes, he gets rid of it, and that's going to go for the first down with the yak. Makes it to the 40-yard line of Indiana. Pretty good play for the Ducks there. They stay on offense. That's what they needed right there. That's what they needed. Okay, we're down to 12 minutes here in the first quarter. Pretty good play there. He threw it short of the line to gain, and he let the receiver get the yak. I like it. I like it. Looked like kind of like a mesh route concept. All right, Indiana's got a very, very good defense. They are very well coached. They are very sound. They play hard. So far, Oregon is outplaying them on this drive. We'll see if that continues here. They got it at the 40 now. Moore under center, running back behind him. Expecting a handoff here. We'll see if we get it. Moore takes the snap. Gonna hand this ball off, and he's gonna get met immediately, but still fights forward for about 3 yards, so they'll take it. It'll be 2nd and 7 now. Alright. I mean, look, if I can expect it to be a run, then they probably should expect it too, right? No, Indiana was in the backfield on that carry. They were immediately there. He did a good job getting any yardage out of that. So it'll be 2nd and 7 now. They are in Indiana territory. They're moving forward. They've got to get points on this drive, man. It's not often that we're watching a game and we immediately see the team that starts on defense score on the first play, you know, opening the game with a pick six. We saw that in the Bears-49ers Monday night game a few weeks ago that we did. So that's actually the second time this year. I can't think of any other times I've witnessed that. Moore takes the snap, going to hand this ball off, and he's going to fight forward for another 4 yards or so. We're setting up a 3rd and 2 here. 4 or 5 yards on that one. 3rd and short coming up. Oregon slowly moving forward. They're running the ball well. They're looking a lot more comfortable now. They make it a 3rd and 3 here. That's where they mark them down. They should be in field goal range, but obviously not thinking field goal here. Going down 7-0 early on. They need a touchdown. See what they do in 3rd and 3. I would guess it's going to be another throw. I don't think they want to run from 3 yards out. I could be mistaken. Let's see. Dante Moore to take the snap here. Dropping back. Looking to throw. He's got all day. He's going to check this ball down, and it's caught for the first down. Defender nearly got there in time to make the stop, but just a second too late. Oregon keeps it moving. The Ducks are rolling right now, slowly but surely. Reminds me a little bit of Miami's offense early on in the game last night. Very, very good at running the ball and then getting short throws for completions for first downs on third down attempts. That's kind of what we're seeing from the Ducks so far on this drive. Except Miami was probably a little more explosive. We'll see. I imagine Oregon eventually is going to want to take some shots here, but right now it's all about easing into it, given how the game started. Dante Moore, since his pick six, is 3 for 3, 26 yards. It's going to be a run here, and it's going to go about 6 yards. Designed run for Dante Moore. A sneaky dual-threat quarterback a little bit. He doesn't do a whole lot of running, and you look at the box score, and you wouldn't guess that he's much of a runner. He's more like, if you were to compare him to some NFL players, he'd be more like the Jordan Love type runner. He can run if he needs to, or Trevor Lawrence, I guess. Guys like that, they can run. They can hurt you with their legs if you're not careful, but it's never going to be their main idea. Always looking to throw, not run. But he can kill you with his legs if you're not careful, so they got to keep an eye on that in this game. 2nd and 4 coming up. They got it at the Indiana 22.5-yard line. Moore under center. He's going to fake the handoff here. It's play action. Rolling out to his right. He's going to throw. It's going to be caught across the 20, and it's going to be a first down for the Ducks. It's another one. Oregon's moving right now, man. Oregon's moving. So their offense, aside from the first play of the game, is looking pretty efficient here. Very effective. Slowly moving downfield. That was Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end at Oregon. Projected first-round pick in the upcoming NFL draft this spring. Potential Carolina Panther, quite possibly. Wouldn't mind that. Here we go. I wouldn't mind taking a shot here now that they're inside the 20 and they're back in rhythm. They're feeling good. This might be a good opportunity to just take a shot into the end zone. Look for Sadiq, your tight end. Look for one of your top wide receivers. On that note, Indiana actually is going to call the timeout here. I thought Oregon, because the play clock was winding down. Indiana burns their first timeout of the day. They want to think things over here. Try to get their defense set up. So we have a game break here, commercial break coming up. All right, pretty interesting game so far. We open up with the pick six, and Indiana gets the early lead. And now Oregon is slowly driving down the field, trying to tie it up. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good game. That's what I'm feeling so far. Looking like it's going to be pretty good. Hopefully, Oregon can score on this drive. I don't particularly care who wins this game, honestly. I will be happy with either outcome. Either the feel-good story of the year, Indiana will advance, or Oregon will advance, and I've had Oregon, in my objective takes at least, I've had them winning the national championship pretty much all year, so I'd be okay with that too. So, I'm cool with either outcome. I just hope for a good game, so you will hear me say, let's get the touchdown, Oregon. Let's please score here. So I'm not anti-Indiana or anything. I just want a good game. But we can talk about Indiana a little bit. I know everyone in sports media talks about them now because they're a game away from the championship. But I feel like there are probably a lot of people, a lot of box score viewers. This is their first time watching Indiana tonight, and they're kind of wondering, how are they doing this? How are they undefeated? How did they beat Ohio State? How are they a game away from the championship? Those are all valid questions. I mean, this is one of the worst programs in college football history. One of I think they had the most losses until this past season, where Cignetti took them on an undefeated path, and now they're getting more wins, man. This is probably the greatest season in Indiana history, even if they were to get eliminated tonight. So, hey, good for them. It's a great story. Curt Cignetti apparently is just an elite head coach for Indiana, and they were really wise to extend him earlier this year. Ahead of when everyone else got extensions as well. James Franklin got fired at Penn State, and then Indiana. I think that's how the timeline went. Penn State fired Franklin, and then Indiana immediately extends Cignetti because they thought Penn State might go after him. And then a bunch of other programs extended their head coaches as well. The same thought process. A lot of people criticized that at the time, thinking they were overpaying. But no, if anything, they might not have paid him enough. They might have gotten off easy. So Cignetti's here for the long haul at Indiana. I don't think this team's going anywhere. They're going to be a perennial threat. And they landed Josh Hoover out of TCU in the transfer portal, so their quarterback play is probably going to be good again next season. Hoover was really good for the what is TCU's mascot? What are they? I'm drawing a blank here. The Horned Frogs? That's what they are, the TCU Horned Frogs. Yeah, Hoover was really good there, so Indiana's going to have a good offense again next season. You look at that roster, they don't have a lot of the blue chip talents. They don't have a lot of 5-star, 4-star recruits. but they're coached really well. They play really sound football. They don't make dumb mistakes. They don't have the killer penalties, the turnovers, just stupid slip-ups that cost you games. They don't do that a whole lot. It just doesn't happen. Even last year, you saw them playing really disciplined football. It's sort of similar to Nick Saban's Alabama. They didn't make a whole lot of mistakes, and if they did, you can guarantee that the player who made the mistake was getting their ear chewed off. It was a mess, but it's effective. Return to the game here. Moore is under center. We'll see what this disciplined Indiana defense can do coming off the timeout. 1st and 10 at the 17. It's going to be a handoff. That defense is all over. It's going to be a loss of 2 on that run. Oregon gets stuffed. Good grief. We're talking about that Indiana defense. Curt Cignetti, very good coach, coaching up these guys. Whatever they talked about on the sideline looks like they came out ready to play. And you watch Cignetti on the sideline, the dude just always looks mad. I bring up the Saban comparison. Saban's Alabama. Cignetti's a lot like Saban in his mannerisms and the way he coaches. It seems like he's a lot like Saban. It's quite amusing. It's quite amusing. 2nd and 12. Now we're down to 7.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ball at the 19. Moore dropping back to pass. They're only rushing 3. He's got all day to throw, therefore, and he throws into the end zone. It's going to be well overthrown. He had a shot at that. I think that was Sadiq, the tight end. I think he had a lot of space there. Could have made a play, but they couldn't connect, so that's going to be 3rd and 12. Not a good spot for the Ducks to be in. Not at all. He had all day to throw on that one. That was a very interesting play call by the defense, opting to only rush 3. So you're saying you're going to let Dante Moore have all day, let him try to make a play. You're trusting your secondary to keep all the receivers covered, trusting that there are not going to be any good check down options as well. Pretty bold, I would say, but it worked out. It worked out pretty well. See what they do here on 3rd and 12. Indiana showing blitz, and they're bringing it. Moore throws. It's going to be caught into the end zone. The Ducks strike back. It is a touchdown. That is Johnson in the end zone. Oregon making it a game here. Jamari Johnson into the end zone for the touchdown. 19 yards out. Dante Moore with the strike to him. Great play for the Ducks. There we go. The score is now, and you kids will love this, 6-7. PAT pending here. Oregon to tie it up. What a drive for the Ducks. 14 plays, 75 yards, 7.5 minutes long. I said earlier it kind of reminded me of Miami's offense last night. That was very reminiscent of a Miami drive from last night's game. Just a lot of runs, a lot of short passes, and at the very end, the quarterback had to make a play, and he did. So if they can do that from here on out, Oregon's going to have a good shot. But we haven't seen the Indiana offense just yet. Extra point is good here, tied at 7 now. We'll see what Mendoza and the Indiana offense can do here. They got a lot of talented guys. We haven't talked about their offense yet because we haven't seen them. We've only talked about that defense. And that Indiana defense is really good, but a good offense is going to beat a good defense if they're clicking, and that Oregon offense looked like they were clicking. So credit where it's due. Great drive coming off of the pick 6 there. So we got the commercial break now, tied at 7. I mean, this has been something so far, man. You start with the pick 6, and then Oregon gets it back on offense, and they get on field and score. Now we see what Indiana's offense can do. Fernando Mendoza, obviously the Heisman winner, so he's one of the players that, even if you haven't watched Indiana play, you know about him. So I won't go on and on about him. He's obviously a very talented guy. He's a smart guy. He's very smart. He has a high football IQ, very nerdy if you listen to him talk. The way he speaks in interviews and whatnot, it sounds like he's reading off of something he already wrote, which I think that I'm not gonna make fun of him for that. I think that just means he's really educated well, and he's very well spoken. I can appreciate that. But that's what he's primarily known for at this point, and he's really smart. He makes some big plays when his team needs him to, and we've seen that throughout the season. His stats don't wow you, but they don't need to wow you. That's how Indiana has won. The games have mostly been out of reach, so Mendoza doesn't even have to play all 4 quarters a lot of the time this year. So the last time they played, the score was 30-20. Oregon's offense only putting up 13 points because they got a pick 6 to make it 20. Indiana got 30. They also had a turnover late in that game, a turnover or 2 from Dante Moore to help them extend their lead. Some names to know for Indiana's offense before they take the field. Elijah Sarrett, or Surratt, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, I'm not going to lie. He is their top receiver, usually gets a good amount of yards. He can rely on him in the end zone. Very similarly, you got Omar Cooper, who made probably the catch of the year in the Indiana-Penn State game earlier this season. If you haven't seen that, I recommend going and looking it up. It was a ridiculous catch to help them win that game. But Surratt and Cooper are both really good. You got Roman Himby at running back. You got Kalen Black at running back. Both of them are very good. It's a 1A, 1B situation there. I'm not sure either guy is the clear back. It kind of alternates from week to week. So both of those guys are really good. And they got some other receivers who are reliable too. Like, it's a pretty deep group. It's kind of impressive. It's not what you would expect from this team, honestly. But it's a really good offense. They're very efficient. It's sort of like the defense. They don't generally make horrific mistakes. They don't have the dumb penalties or the turnovers, just generally speaking. We'll see what happens when they take the field shortly. But there are a lot of good guys out there who can make some moves, get some yardage, and make chunk plays. So look for the top two receivers there. Look for Himby and Black at the backfield. And then, of course, Mendoza. If he's got to make plays, we'll see if he can come through for his team. The Heisman winner. And we like Mendoza around here. I don't know what he's going to do in the league. He's going to be drafted in the first round. I don't know how good he's going to be. I don't even know what his ceiling is, honestly. I don't know what the potential there is, but I know I'll be rooting for him. I'm a fan of him personally. I like the guy. So hopefully he can go far. I like a lot of these players Indiana has, actually. They're fun to root for. I'd say the same about Oregon. I know less about them. I haven't watched them as much this year, but I like both of these teams. I like both of these teams, so it'll be fun watching this unfold. We got kickoff here. Once again, no return. Do we just not like returning kickoffs anymore? When did that become a thing in college football? All right. So the Indiana offense is going to take the field here. And we just kind of went through who they've got out there. Mendoza, they got the receivers, they got the running backs. I would tell you about the Oregon defense, but I don't really know any of their guys. I know that they've got a good group out there, but I don't really know anyone specifically, so I can't give you any details on that. But I know they're a talented bunch out there, and we'll see what they do here. Mendoza to take the snap from the 25. He's going to hand this ball off. It's a run on the first play of the game, and Oregon's run defense all over it. It's a gain of 1 to start off here. Alrighty. Oregon's defense, I can't name their players, but I do know they're pretty good. They've been pretty solid against the run, and their pass defense has been fairly decent as well. It's a very good defense overall. A lot of people overreacted after the James Madison game when James Madison scored a lot of second half points when the game was over, and then they shut out, and I do mean shut out, Texas Tech last week. So yeah, this is a good defense. They can play some good ball. 2nd and 9, Mendoza takes a snap. He's going to get this ball out real fast, and it's going to be complete around the 30, maybe 31. Short gain, setting up a 3rd down. That's Elijah Surratt, and the announcer said Surratt, so that's how you say his name. Good to know. So it'll be 3rd and short coming up, down to 6.5 minutes here. All right. 3rd down coming up here. We'll see what they do here. They could hand it off. They could do play action. They could get a quick slant here. A lot of options here. It's 3rd and 4 to go from their 31. Mendoza running back to his right. Takes a snap. They're bringing pressure. He's great protection. He throws. It is caught. Great catch across midfield into Oregon territory. Indiana moving on offense. Good grief. That was a great catch. Let me see the replay there. I mean, that was all hands, right? That was a great throw. I mean, the defender's all over him. You could have thrown the flag for interference there, and I wouldn't have been surprised. Call holding or something. I mean, the defender's all over him. I don't know if you'd need to throw the flag, but anyway, great catch by the receiver there. That's Surratt again. Mendoza now to take the snap. Gonna hand this ball off. They're trying to establish the run, and he's gonna get a few yards there, take it up to the 42 of Oregon. All right. All right. Indiana's been looking unstoppable in the playoffs so far, and they're off to a good start tonight on offense. Down to 5 minutes here in the first quarter, 2nd and 6 coming up as Himby goes to the sideline. I imagine that means Kalen Black, the other running back, will be out there soon. That's a 1A, 1B situation. Both of those guys are really good. Whatever running back they have out there, they can do some damage. So Black to the left of Mendoza. Hold up, it's blown dead. Play blown dead before it can start. It is a false start in Indiana. So we talk about how disciplined they are, and they don't make a lot of mistakes. And there they go with a false start. A little surprising. A little surprising. Obviously, no one is immune to penalties, so you can be the most disciplined team in all of football. You're still going to have some penalties. Who jumped there? I didn't see anyone jump. And backs him up 5 yards nonetheless. It is 2nd and 11 now. Under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Ball at the Oregon 48. Mendoza takes a snap. Going to hand this ball off. And, oh, pretty decent run. Going to get the yardage back. Makes it near the 40, pushing that pile forward. Forward progress should keep it at the 41 or the 40. So that's going to be about 3rd and 5 to go. Another third down attempt coming up for Indiana. Last time they faced third down, they had the big strike across the field to Surratt. We'll see if they take another shot here or not. See, Indiana is very efficient on offense. They don't have to make the chunk plays, but they can. You give them a shot, they will take it. So you best be careful if you're the Ducks here. Here we go. Their second third down attempt of the game coming up here. 3rd and 4 from the 40. Mendoza running back to his right. Takes the snap. Dropping back to pass. He throws. That's going to be caught for the first down. Just a simple play there. No issue that time. It's another first down. And that is the 5th overall third down conversion we've seen in this game. Oregon went 3 for 3. Indiana's 2 for 2. Not seeing the defenses get off the field very well so far. Pretty good play there. I mean, there's not much to say. Just a simple route. Just got the yardage you need. Pretty efficient. Alright, so that is a fresh set of downs for Indiana. See what they do with it. They're almost in field goal range. They got to get to the 31 for that. They're at the 35. It is a handoff in 1st and 10, and that is going to take them across the 30, down around the 29-yard line of the Ducks. That's a 6-yard gain. Pretty good run there. That's Kalen Black, and he's going off the field now, so Hemby is coming back in. Down to 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 4 coming up. We're on a 7-play drive here, 4 minutes long. Feels like this game is going by pretty fast so far. Both of these offenses draining a lot of time. From the 29, Mendoza to take the snap. Here we go. It's going to be a handoff, and that's going to be for a first down across the 20, down around the 18 or 17-yard line. Indiana is moving. That's Hemby with the run. First down, Indiana. Yeah, there's a lot of red in the stands there, by the way. Like, Indiana, their fans traveled really well for this one. They are dominating there in the stands. Good for them, really. Good for them. I'm a little surprised. I thought Oregon would travel a lot better than this. But I'm not seeing a lot of Oregon in the stands. So the atmosphere must be electric there with Indiana on offense here. At the 17 now. Player in motion, Mendoza takes a snap. Gonna hand this ball off. And he finds the edge. He gets a block across the 10. Inside the 5. That is out of bounds before he gets to the end zone. But it is 1st and goal. That's a good run there for Hemby. 1st and goal, Indiana. I thought he was about to get into the end zone. You saw that unfold live, and you see the guy block there. Great block by number 65 there, and then 78 in front of the running back. If he just stays in bounds, he is very close to getting all the way in. Regardless, it is now 1st and goal for the Indiana offense. They're establishing that run. Oregon's having a tough time here. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Welcome on in. From the 6-yard line, Mendoza to take the snap, running back to his left, hands this ball off, and he is stuffed. The Oregon run defense that time is well prepared, all over it. 2nd and goal coming up. Daniel, you watching the game? That's going to take it down to about a minute left on the clock here. 1:10 as we speak. By the time the ball is snapped, I expect us to be under a minute. Tied at 7 here in the first quarter. Indiana faces 2nd and goal, stuffed on that last run attempt. Maybe this is where you take a shot into the end zone. Look for Surratt, look for Omar Cooper, both of their vertical threats. Elite receivers there, they're both going to be playing on Sundays in the future. Under 50 seconds now, from the 8.5-yard line. Mendoza takes a snap, looking to throw. It's going to be an easy touchdown in the end zone. That's exactly what you expect there. Omar Cooper. Indiana strikes back. 13-7 is now the score, ladies and gentlemen. Great game so far. All offense, a little surprisingly. Omar Cooper, we mentioned him earlier when we were highlighting this Indiana offense. They got 2 really good receivers. We saw Surratt make some plays in that drive, and then we see Cooper. It's a 50-50 ball. Mendoza, great throw, and the defense just couldn't do much in that one. Not much you can do to stop that. Very efficient. 13-7 now. PAT going up in a moment. Here we go. The kick is up, and that's going to be good. Indiana extends their lead back to 7. My goodness. Oh, you're not really watching? Might check it out. Hey, so far, it's been a good game. We started with a pick 6 in this one. Indiana got the pick 6 off Dante Moore, and then Oregon went downfield with a 7-minute drive. They strike back. And now Indiana with a touchdown drive of their own. First time out on offense. Been a back-and-forth game so far. Hopefully this continues. 14-7, and we got a commercial break here. 40 seconds remain in the first quarter. 14-7, man. This is more scoring than I expected early on in this game. I thought this was going to be more of a defensive battle, so I'm pretty happy so far. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. And again, I'm happy with either outcome tonight. Anyone can win, and I'll be okay with it. Oregon was my preseason objective pick to win it all. And then Indiana's just a great story. Like, one of the worst teams in college football for a while, and now here they are, a game away from the national championship. It's just not something you see. Not something you're used to. But here we are. Here we are. Great drive for the Indiana offense. They're going to go back out there on defense. And that Oregon offense, they had a long drive last time we saw them. Very efficient, very methodical. And they were able to strike it into the end zone. We'll see what happens when we return here. I imagine they're going to keep that same game plan. I imagine there'll be a lot of runs coming up. Dante Moore was getting back into rhythm. He opened the game with the pick six, but I do think they're probably going to stick with the run. They may as well do that. As long as they can run it, they should. Right. Do you need company, a.k.a. for me to join? It's okay if not, but if you prefer, I can probably come on, but I'm not home and forgot my mic. Oh, you're good. You're good. That's all right. I can solo it. That's no big deal. But I'll definitely want company for the Sunday night or the Saturday night game tomorrow, though. Yeah, we're primarily an NFL channel around here. We'll be on for the Panthers game tomorrow, as it turns out, or I'll be on, and then we'll do the Packers-Bears game tomorrow. Yeah, primarily NFL channel, but we cover both college and NFL around here. Really wish we'd done more college ball throughout the year. Seems like the college football streams do a lot better, so maybe that was a miss, but oh well. Alrighty. Still have the commercial break here, still awaiting the game to return. Check out some first quarter stats here because it's been a good game. Been a good game. Not a lot of stops on defense. You got the pick six to start, but since then it's been all offense. So Oregon, they got Dante Moore 50 yards in this game, 5 out of 8, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, obviously. The run game hasn't done a whole lot. They've got 7 total carries for 25 yards. Not terrible, but not great. Nothing crazy with the receivers either. Damari Johnson with the 19-yard touchdown was pretty good, though. Indiana, you got Mendoza only throwing it 4 times in that drive, but he completed all 4 passes for 41 yards. Over 10 yards an attempt. 1 touchdown there. Roman Hemby, 5 carries for 26, and then Kalen Black, 2 carries for 13. Surratt got 2 for 28 through the air, and Omar Cooper with the touchdown there. So, just about what you'd expect from Indiana's offense. We'll see what happens when we return here. Kickoff approaching shortly. Oh, no, you're good, Daniel. You're good. Don't worry, I can manage. We'll be all right. I got football. I'm good. Nah. All right. As long as it's a good game, we're chilling. We got kickoff here. We'll see if we get a return. We didn't have any kickoff returns in the game last night, and so far tonight, we do not have any kickoff returns. Not that I've seen. All right. Showing the replay on that touchdown here. Let's see what they're going to highlight. It looked like Omar Cooper just beat the guy on the route. It was a great route. Easily got open. Now, we've talked about Cooper during some of our NFL streams at certain points this year, just referencing some of the things he's done during the season. He is going, I think he's draft eligible. I think he will probably be in the upcoming NFL draft. He's not currently a projected first rounder. I don't know what the issue is with him, but from what I've seen, he looks like he's going to be playing on Sundays, at least as a wide receiver too. We got a run here for the Ducks on their next drive here. That's going to go for about 4 yards. This is their 3rd drive of the game. Obviously, the first drive with the pick six. The second drive was the long touchdown drive. And after that run, that may be the last play of the first quarter. They do not have to take another snap here, which means we may be facing back-to-back commercial breaks again. Don't you love when that happens? We will see, though. They are lining up as if they are going to snap the ball. They got 10 seconds on the clock here. Player in motion. I don't think they're going to snap it. Trying to get them to jump. We see it all the time. And there we go. No snap. That will do it for the first quarter. 14-7 is your score. Pretty good game so far. Hopefully this will continue. Indiana does get the ball to start the second half because Oregon started with possession and then promptly threw a pick six. So if Indiana goes into the half with the lead, that bodes really well for their chances in this game. So what we said last night about Miami as well, and that proved to be true in the end, although it was really close. If Indiana maintains this lead, they got a good shot from here on out. but we will see. Got a commercial break here. Why do we do that? Have the back-to-back commercial breaks. We had that happen like 3 times last night. We'd have a commercial break after a score, and then immediately there's another one after one play. That's what we're doing here. It's all good, though. So we just went through the stats, just standard stuff from Indiana so far. The pick six, obviously, the big difference in this game right now. Aside from that, Oregon's offense looked good. It's just been all offense so far. I don't think that's going to stay consistent. I think these defenses are going to lock in at some point, and it's going to get a lot tougher. All right. Now, I haven't checked the transfer portal today. I've been really slacking with that. I'm checking like once a day because there's just so much going on. I think it might be slowing down a little bit, but I'm going to take a peek here, see if anything else has happened that we've missed. I did see Trinidad Chambliss trying to get an extra year of eligibility from the NCAA, and that was denied. So very unfortunate for us fans of Chambliss who wanted to see him play at Ole Miss another year. But that does mean most likely, unless he continues trying to get another year, it sounds like he's going to be going to the NFL draft, and I suspect he will be the third quarterback taken off the board. I think he did his draft stock. I think he helped out his draft stock a ton with his performance in the playoffs, so I don't think he's going in the first round. I think he's going to be a day 2 quarterback, the type of guy you just take a chance on. He obviously still has some issues. If you watch that game against Miami, he should have thrown probably 3 interceptions, so obviously there are some problems that have to be worked on, but a lot of potential there. Let's see. Michigan running back Haynes is staying in college and entering the transfer portal. Very interesting. Okay. Wonder where he's going. Future Viking Trinidad? Nah. Well, I guess I could see it. 2nd round pick. I was going to say no, because the Vikings are getting either Joe Burrow in the event he requests a trade, or probably Mac Jones, because he'd do well in that system. Hey, Joel, welcome on in. Yeah, that's a good question for Daniel. Actually, I can answer it, because I think we basically have our stream schedule set. So I'm not going to make it to the game tomorrow, so I will be on for the Panthers game. And then we're both going to do the Saturday night game, Bears-Packers. That is the plan, at least. And TBD on the Sunday games, but we will be on for Sunday night, at least. And then Monday night, I'll be solo for that one. So we're doing most of the games. All right, starting the second quarter here. Oregon still with possession. See what they can do. Big drive for them. As we've already said, Indiana starts the second half with possession. So Oregon is going to have to keep it close, at least until halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here we go. All right. 2nd and 6. They're down 7 here. Start of the second quarter coming up. Let's get it. Dante Moore talking to his lineman, pointing something out. We'll see what he does here. Running back to his right, takes a snap. He's going to hand it off, and the running back is going to get about 4 yards. Pretty hard-fought run. That's going to set up a 3rd and very short, very manageable. They were clutch on 3rd down. That last drive went 3 for 3. We'll see if they can get it done here. All right. Did you want to solo pan? Oh, I was planning to. Unless you just, like, really, really want to be there. I was planning to solo. And we were going to do Packers-Bears. All right? 3rd and 2 coming up here. Got 14:22 on the clock and counting down. Running back to his left, moves to his right. Moore to take the snap. He's going to hand this ball off, and the Indiana defense is all over that. They meet him immediately. That's going to lose 2 or 3 yards. Oregon's going to have to punt. They were great on 3rd down on that that second drive of theirs. No luck that time, man. No luck that time. It's going to be 4th down. They're going to have to punt. Indiana's defense all over that, man. We mentioned earlier, they got a really good unit there. They are really tough to move the ball on the ground against. And Oregon found that out the hard way the last time they played. And they were doing okay on their last drive running the ball, but I don't know. It's not good. So Oregon's going to punt this ball. First punt of the night. Ball is snapped. The punt is up and away. And we'll see if Indiana's going to return this ball. It's going to bounce at the 26, inside the 20. Good Oregon bounce there. Down to around the 18-yard line. Hey, you're welcome to join if you want to. it'll mostly just be me yelling the whole time, so. Packers Bears sounds good, man. Sounds good. And for the NFL streams, we may end up doing Bills Jags early Sunday, or at least part of it, because I think that'll be the best game of the weekend. I don't know if we'll do Eagles 49ers. That might be the one we don't do. That I suspect that's going to be a fairly boring game, so I don't really care to do that. That might not be any fun. But if you guys want us to do that, maybe we will. We'll see. All right, we got another commercial break here. When the game returns, Indiana's offense will be back out on the field. Last time we saw them, it was a highly efficient drive. Mendoza went 4 for 4, 41 yards. We had Surratt making plays. We had Omar Cooper get the touchdown. We had the run game being pretty effective. Oregon did not have answers defensively last time we saw them. We'll see if anything changes here. We'll see if they made any adjustments between possessions. I would imagine we're going to see most of the same here. Huge drive coming up, though. If Indiana can score a touchdown here, and keeping in mind they get the ball to start the second half, I know we're thinking long-term here, but if that's the case, you got to feel really good if you're rooting for Indiana in this game. And for the Ducks, they just need their defense to step up. They got a talented group out there. They've been good most of the season. They got to step up here. Got to get a stop. So we will see. Alrighty. Fun stuff so far. Got another commercial break here. I feel like we've had a lot of those already. Is it just me? It might just be me. But yeah, regarding our future streams, we'll do Panthers-Rams tomorrow because we do a lot of NFL streams. So we'll do Panthers-Rams tomorrow, we'll do Bears-Packers, and then we'll do, at the very least, we'll do Sunday Night Football and then Monday Night Football after that. But keep an eye out and see what else we do. All right, and I was looking at the transfer portal. I didn't actually get any information because I started talking about, what was I talking about? There was something that was going on. Oh, Chambliss? Yeah, so Chambliss is probably going to the draft. Oh, the Ravens interviewed Stefanski? That's awesome. Surely they won't hire him, right? I'd actually really like that for them. I think that would make a lot of sense. But I don't know. I haven't heard that they... I've heard that they probably won't opt for Stefanski. But I don't know. The NFL coaching cycle is really weird right now. Like, John Harbaugh is leaving the Ravens. He's fired, and apparently he wants to go to Miami. Like, willingly. I don't know why. They must be offering him a lot of money. Nothing's official on that. That's just what we've heard so far. He apparently is interested, and there's mutual interest, but... yeah. Alright, return to the game shortly, because they're talking about Mendoza again. Rightfully so. I had no idea he was going to be a Heisman candidate this season. I did not see that coming. One take, I thought it was a bold take when I said this back in the offseason, but I was telling people I thought they actually upgraded at quarterback. I thought Mendoza was definitely an upgrade, given how he looked at Cal. A very, very good playmaker. Like, he made Cal football watchable last season, and they were watchable again this season, so good for them coming on up. But I thought coming in he was an upgrade. I just didn't think it'd be this much of an upgrade. I mean, he's had an outstanding season. We got a handoff here, and that's going to go nowhere on 1st and 10. Doesn't make it across the 18. It's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up. Goes to Miami with who at quarterback? We can joke he trades from Lamar. No, I don't think Lamar's going anywhere. I think that Harbaugh and Lamar, I think it was one person was going to leave and the other was going to stay. So, I have no idea what they would do at quarterback. I really trade for Kyler? Get Walmart Lamar Jackson there from Miami? That'd actually be kind of funny. Thank you, Indiana, for doing your part. Finally, top 5 team doing well, right? They look like a top 5 team, and we got a handoff here for about 2 yards, so Indiana immediately facing a 3rd and long. So a little surprised that they opted for back-to-back runs there. Yeah, the top 5 of college football has not looked good. A lot of upsets. Miami took it to Ohio State a week ago. It was not fun. Not fun for the Buckeyes, at least. But what happened with the audio leak situation yesterday? I don't think anything happens. Fortunately for us, no issues. Mendoza dropping back to pass. Pressure comes. He's going to have to run up. And, oh my goodness, he got the first down with his legs. He's across the 40, out of bounds. That is a first down for Indiana. Fernando Mendoza. He can hurt you with his legs, man. Good grief. I mean, if you're Oregon, you got to have somebody all over that making sure he can't take off running. I mean, he just had all space there on the left side of the field. Pressure was coming. He moved up into the pocket. They got close to getting him, but once he escapes, it's all green in front of him. There's nobody there. What a run for Heisman Mendoza there. 1st and 10, Indiana. I mean, if you're Oregon, you got to get that stop, man. You got to get that stop. That's a huge play for your defense. Oh, Malik Willis to Miami. That'd be interesting. Handoff here. Ball at the 41. Gets a block. He's going to gain about 4 yards. So 2nd and 6 coming up. Oh, hold up. We got a late flag coming in. Late flag coming in. I didn't see it. I don't know what happened here. Illegal block below the waist on the defense, so that's going to benefit Indiana. Good grief, Oregon. Come on. It is not looking good for the Ducks right now. Indiana looking like they're primed to go up 21-7 on this drive. Never say never, though. Anything can happen here. But right now, Indiana looks like they're going to be in full control of this game. That's rough. That's a brutal penalty for the Ducks. 1st and 10, Indiana moving the ball forward. Now in Oregon territory after the penalty. That's a 15-yard penalty at that. I heard Fernando was compared to Matt Ryan. What? That's interesting. I would not have thought Matt Ryan for the comp there. Got a handoff here for about 3 yards. Matt Ryan. Who compared Fernando Mendoza to Matt Ryan? I don't think I've ever thought Matt Ryan. Now, I don't know who I would compare him to, but that'd actually be a tough question. Like, who would you compare Mendoza to? I don't really have a comp. I don't know what his potential is in the NFL. I know I'm rooting for him, and I hope that he's really good. And I know if my team were drafting a quarterback, he would easily be QB1 for me personally. But it's possible that he's just a really good college football quarterback, and his ceiling is actually limited. I don't really know. Mendoza, quick throw here. It's batted into the air. A good play by the Ducks defense. It's incomplete. That's going to set up a 3rd and 7. All right. You don't remember, but you 100% heard that. That's a very fascinating take. That must have been purely as a passer then, because Matt Ryan was not a mobile quarterback. Mendoza definitely can take off running. Because I was scouting quarterbacks earlier in the year when I thought Carolina was going to be bad, and I thought we'd have to draft a quarterback. Thank goodness we don't have to. But Mendoza quickly became my QB1. And I was telling you, he can run, he can throw, but he doesn't have to run. Mendoza facing pressure. Oh, he lost the ball, but he gets it back. He's on the run. He's going to have to throw this away. Throw it away, dude. He held on for that way too long, and he takes the sack. That's going to be a punt for Indiana coming up. Wow. A lot going on that play. Mendoza loses the ball. Pressure was coming from all sides. It's going to go down as a sack. He should have thrown that away. He had a chance to throw it away. Yikes. Oregon brought pressure, man. Oregon, it would have been, he stripped the ball from him. Mendoza somehow got it back. That is a heck of a play to get that back. Has to throw that away, though. It is 4th and very long. They got the ball at their own 43, and they are punting here. Good grief. 4th and 26, they do punt. So we're talking about Mendoza and what his ceiling could be. Obviously got some issues there. We immediately see an issue with him holding onto the ball too long. Oregon going to return the punt. Makes it about to the 13-yard line. So they get the ball back. See what they can do with it. Wow. Great play by the Oregon defense to strip the ball. That was a really weird play to watch unfold. Because Mendoza loses it, and then the lineman gets it, and then kind of drops it, and then Mendoza somehow ends up with it. Has a chance to throw it away, but he doesn't. He holds on to it. So Oregon's going to take possession now. They have a long ways to go, but that's the stop they needed on defense. It was going to get really out of hand if they gave up a score in that drive. Fortunately for them, they got together, and they're still in this game. Good grief. Good grief, man. I think that was only the 5th pass attempt for Mendoza. It was all runs on that drive leading up to that pass attempt. Very interesting stuff so far, I'll say that. Very interesting. I'm going to look up this Matt Ryan, Fernando Mendoza comparison. I want to see if there's anyone well-known who has said that, because that is new for me. So Fernando Mendoza, Matt Ryan. Let's see, who's saying that? Analysts seeing Ryan's traits like toughness, accuracy, poise, and pocket feel in Mendoza. Even calling him a potential Matt Ryan / Jared Goff. Okay, Jared Goff is an interesting comp. I can kind of get behind that, I guess. So, okay, that's a fascinating comparison for Mendoza. I don't know that I would have said it, but no. I mean, my main thing with Mendoza, yeah, he has the size that these other guys have in the NFL, but he's also very smart. He's got a high IQ, and I think he can continue to learn and grow. I don't know how strong his arm is though. That's one thing that I question. I don't know if he's got the best NFL arm. So that's why I question how high his ceiling truly is. I assume he's still going to go 1 overall in the NFL draft. I assume the Raiders are going to go quarterback. That may depend on who their new head coach is, though. I think there's a shot they get Brian Flores, and if they get Brian Flores up in Vegas, they might actually opt against drafting a quarterback. They might sign somebody. Oh, you know what the funniest outcome would be for our NFL fans here? Brian Flores goes to the Raiders, and they bring in Tua to be his quarterback. No, that's what we need to see. I absolutely want that. Absolutely want that. I don't think Mendoza's career gets destroyed with the Raiders. I think the dude's got grand potential for next season. I agree with the first part, at least. I don't think his career gets destroyed. I think that's actually... You look at some of the previous spots rookie quarterbacks have been drafted into. I think the Raiders are a better situation than people realize with the weapons they have there. Right now, obviously, that's a depleted team with a lot of problems. That defense needs a lot of help for sure. The offensive line needs some help. I think that they will make an effort to bring in some offensive line help this offseason, though. And then you look at the quarterback they bring in, probably Mendoza. You'll have Ashton Genty in the backfield. You got Brock Bowers out there to throw to. Good security blanket. Surely they will bring in somebody at receiver, right? In fact, I think whoever drafts Mendoza should also target Omar Cooper in the 2nd or 3rd round. Bring them both in. I don't know what his exact potential is, though. That's something I'll have to do more homework on to see. Oh my goodness, what just happened? That's going to be a turnover. What the heck just happened? Dante Moore, he just lost the ball. It looked like he's trying to throw a quick pass to his left, and the ball's lost. What on earth? I don't even know what to call that. It's a fumble? It is a fumble. That's what they're calling it on the field, but I'm going to have to see the replay. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is unbelievable. He's looking to throw a quick pass to his left, but the ball, as he's trying to throw, it hits the guy by him, the running back, because it's play action. It hits the running back. The ball hits the left shoulder of the running back, and it pops loose, and it's a fumble. How does that even happen? Indiana gets the ball, 1st and goal now. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything quite like that. He goes to throw, and the ball gets popped out by his own running back. Wow. So we're about to be looking at 21-7. They got the ball at the Oregon 3-yard line. Mendoza takes the snap. He's going to flick it to the back. That's Kalen Black, who jumps over a guy, but he only gets 1 yard on the run. It'll be 2nd and goal coming up. So Dante Moore, the other quarterback who is expected to go in the 1st round of the NFL draft, not having himself a day so far. I'm not even sure if we blame that last turnover on him. It's situational, the running back's just in the wrong place. Or maybe he was moving too fast. I don't know. Just a bad mistake to make in this game. The winner goes to the national championship. This is a huge game. Mendoza takes the snap, hands it off, and I think that'll be short of the goal line, so 3rd and goal coming up. Oregon's making some horrific mistakes in a game where they have to win it. It's win or go home. Good grief. And Indiana primed to take advantage here. 3rd and goal from the 1. If it's me, I'm probably going to do a Mendoza QB run, QB sneak. We'll see if Oregon's defense can bail out their offense after that laughably bad turnover. My goodness. Jets, meanwhile, that team needs some help basically everywhere, yeah. First step is to get a veteran quarterback and draft a defensive player. All of us in the stream today have the same number of interceptions as the Jets. True. Got a handoff here. Easy touchdown for the Hoosiers. That's going to make it 20-7. Kalen Black gets the end zone. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow. Well, I'm sorry, Oregon fans. Can't be feeling good after that. That's brutal. That's brutal. Wow. Just wow. And yeah, your take on the Jets, I agree they need a ton of help. I wouldn't draft a quarterback this season unless you just really believe whoever you get is a franchise guy. I don't view Dante Moore that way, and I'm not saying that just after watching tonight's game. I've never really viewed him that way. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Mendoza's the only guy I really think could be that guy, the franchise guy. Maybe Chambliss has that potential too. Yeah, the Jets need to build their roster elsewhere, bringing in a veteran. My guess has been they'll be the team that brings in Kyler Murray. Although Murray actually has several suitors this offseason, so we'll see where he goes. There aren't really a lot of options at quarterback in the NFL market, so Murray is going to have a fair amount of options. But all right, that makes it, the PAT was good, so it's 21-7 now. Indiana just dominating this game. The 2 turnovers directly setting up 14 of their points, and it's just, that is brutal. It's a tough way for Oregon to go out here if this persists. And again, Indiana starts the second half with possession, so this really could get ugly fast. Getting flashbacks of their game against Ohio State last year, they got blown out in that one. I don't think due to turnovers, but still a blowout against the top team in the Big Ten. Yikes. We got a commercial break here, and you just have to hope when we return, Oregon's offense can get it going because, well, unless you're rooting for Indiana, which I think most people probably are, but as someone who just wants a good game, I do hope Oregon's offense can make it a game again. 2 horrible turnovers, the pick 6, and then the fumble inside your 5-yard line. Like, are you kidding me? Does not get much worse than that for the Ducks. See where it goes when we return, though. But this should be such a great game, but it's all Indiana right now. If Oregon doesn't score on this next possession, can't feel good about it. Indiana would get the possession again before halftime and then start the second half with possession. There's a chance Oregon makes a comeback. There's also a chance Indiana blows them out here. Have to explore all sides of it. Not looking good. But we got the commercial break here. We'll go to ESPN. We'll see if anything else has been stated. Let's see. Looks like the Buckeyes are losing a fair amount of players to the portal and draft. That's unfortunate for them. Could Indiana run the Big Ten from here on out? That's an interesting hypothetical that we'll probably be questioning in the offseason. Let's see. We've gone a full day without Damon Williams at Washington flipping his commitment and decision, so good for him. Good for him for now. Let's see. Commercial break coming to an end here soon. Oregon's offense will take the field once more, this time with better field position and hopefully better luck with the turnovers, because good grief, it's been a mess. All right. Ooh, the Notre Dame reaction video to the final rankings has been released. I hadn't seen that yet. I was looking for it the day the rankings came out. I'll have to watch that later. 8:17 to go here in the first half, second quarter. Indiana to kick off shortly. We'll see if Oregon returns it. My guess is not. I don't remember the last time I saw a kickoff return in a college game. We'll see. Oregon just playing sloppy overall. Just some bad execution. Defense not able to get off the field, and the offense with those 2 horrible turnovers. You can credit Indiana for the turnovers, but it's also been bad decision-making by Oregon. Just unfortunate luck, too. We got a kickoff here. And no return. Just out the back of the end zone for the touchback. Again. I'm telling you guys, they're not doing kickoff returns in college football anymore. I don't know what's up with that. All right. Oregon's offense, they got to shake that off, man. Horrible turnover, but they get back on the field. Last time that happened, they had a turnover and then immediately came back out on offense. They had a 14-play drive for a touchdown. So maybe they can do it again. Maybe. 8 minutes to work with. They got all 3 timeouts. There's absolutely no urgency here. It'll be fine. They got Whittington out there, I believe, at running back. It's a handoff here, and it's going to go nowhere. Absolutely stuffed. The Indiana defense all over that one. That's absolutely brutal for that run game. On their second possession, their first real drive, they were able to move the ball on the ground, and they're still trying to move the ball on the ground, but they don't seem able to. At some point, they have to realize they need more to make plays. They're going to have to go to the air here, and it is an empty backfield, so we are going to see a pass attempt here, probably. Moore dropping back to pass. He's got time. He's going to throw. It's going to be caught, and the Yak is going to get a first down and a little bit more. Pretty good play there. That's Harris, the running back. Just a short throw there. Gets to the Yak. It's a first down, a gain of about 15. You'll take whatever you can get if you were the Oregon Ducks right now. Shotgun formation now in this next play. 3 receivers to the left of Dante Moore. Running back to his left as well. Takes the snap, hands it off, and good moves there by the back. He gets about 6 or 7 yards. Pretty good stuff there. Now look, if the passing game works, that opens up the run game a little bit more and vice versa. So now you can probably play some complementary football. Maybe the ground and pound game. This is a run-first team. They want to run the ball. They believe they can run the ball on just about anyone in the country. Indiana's the only team that's really put a firm stop to that this season, earlier this year. 2nd and 3, I imagine they're going to hand it off again. We'll see. Moore lining up to take the snap now. Shotgun formation, running back to his right. Player in motion, Moore takes the snap. He's going to keep it, looking to throw. He's got time. He's going to take the sack. He held on to that for too long. The pressure came and he got swallowed up. Oregon is going to face a 3rd and long now. Oh my goodness. I mean, you got to do something there. He had plenty of time, and then it all got swallowed up. Oregon's going to face 3rd and long now. And that's brutal. They wanted a shot there. I don't think they had anyone there. We'll see the replay. Looked like the secondary of Indiana was playing really well. I mean, one guy ran too deep. Number 4 on that offense ran really deep, and he never had a shot at that because the safety read it perfectly. If he just stops there, maybe they make a play. And Moore was looking for him the whole time. Held onto the ball for too long. It's now 3rd and 12. Hello, Grant, the famous musician. How you doing? Welcome on in. Moore dropping back to pass. Good protection now. And he's going to go down. He gets swallowed up on back-to-back plays. It's going to be 4th and very long, and the Ducks are going to have to punt. Indiana's going to get possession again before halftime. And again, I remind you, they get possession to start the second half. There is a nasty hypothetical here where Indiana scores to make it 28-7 at halftime, and they score again to start the second half, and this could be a blowout. I'm not rooting for that. I want a good game, but we have to factor that in. It's a very strong possibility now. Indiana's defense just mauled the offensive line there. It looked like good protection initially, and it fell apart real fast. On 4th and 18, the Ducks have no choice. They're going to have to punt. Play clock winding down. They snap the ball. Punt is up and away, and Indiana's going to get the ball here. See if they return it. They're going to try to return it. Fielded at the 23, makes it across the 30, 35, and down around the 38-yard line. Indiana's going to take over with pretty decent field position. And this is just going all wrong for the Oregon Ducks. The 2 horrific turnovers and then the back-to-back sacks in that possession. It's just all Indiana right now, man. Look, Indiana wins this game. They hold on here. I'm fairly convinced they're going to beat Miami. I respect what Miami's done so far. I don't think they're going to score on this Indiana defense. Miami so far has faced teams they can run the ball on. I don't think they're running the ball on Indiana. They're going to need Beck to play a great game. Yeah, from what we're seeing tonight, Indiana is going to win the national championship, and what a remarkable story that would be. Remarkable story indeed. An undefeated season for what was previously the losingest program of all time. I think that's how you say that. 2nd most losing program now. 2nd most losses of all the teams in college football. But here they are. Here they are, 6 quarters away from a national championship. A great performance from them tonight. They are absolutely locked in, and we were talking about that earlier. The way they're coached, they come ready to play. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They make you earn everything. And Oregon is coughing it up too much. They're making too many errors in this game. And as a result, Indiana's got the 21-7 lead. Now, we're saying all the nice things right now about Indiana. We're saying all the negative things about Oregon. There's a lot of ball left to be played. They're only down 2 scores. Hypothetically, since we are exploring hypotheticals here, Oregon could force a 3 and out, and then their offense start to click. Or they could get a turnover here. Anything is possible. Just calling it like I see it. This is all Indiana right now, and there are a lot of hypotheticals left in play. I just hope for a good game. That's all I want here. I don't want a blowout. I hope it's a good game. I'm fine with either winner. Anyone can win this game, and I'm cool with it. I just want a good game. So, anywho, we got the commercial break here. When we return to the game, it'll be Indiana ball at the 38-yard line, I believe, is where they're marked down. Actually, since I can, I'll check ESPN to see if they agree with my assessment. Nope, they gave him another yard. ESPN says 39-yard line. I mean, even just a field goal on this drive makes it feel like the game is out of reach, you know? 3-possession game for the Ducks against this elite Indiana defense, one of the best in all of college football. Very underrated unit all year. Everyone coming into the playoffs is talking about Ohio State's defense. You got Oklahoma's defense. Even some people were talking about Alabama's defense being good, which they are. They are a good defense overall. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about Indiana's defense, even though I mean, they're up there. Statistically speaking, they're a top 5 defense. Really tough to move the ball on them. And it's really a testament to the coaching job Cignetti's done there, because we mentioned it earlier, they don't have a lot of blue-chip talents. They don't have a lot of 5-star, 4-star recruits, and yet they play really good football. I don't know if you'll see a lot of the guys playing on Sundays like you will for these other teams, but you see them playing right now, and they look really, really good, and that's all that matters at the moment. Game returning shortly here. Indiana's set to take possession. See if they can add on to their lead. We'll see. We'll see. Last time we saw them, they were moving the ball pretty effectively through the run game, and then Mendoza lost the ball, and they ended up having to punt. So Oregon can bring pressure. They can get after Mendoza, but we'll see. Mendoza to take the snap. He's going to keep the ball this time, looking to throw, and he's going to check this down, and Black is going to get hit immediately. Might have even lost a yard. Or sorry, that might have been Hemby. It's one of the running backs. Hit immediately on that reception there. It'll be 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11 coming up. So Oregon, that's a good start to this drive. If they can make another couple of stops here, they'll get the ball back and still have life in this game. Very important drive here for the Ducks defense. Here we go. Mendoza, Hemby to his left, set to take the snap, player in motion. Here we go. They're bringing pressure. Mendoza throws for the first down. It is, wow, did he catch that? Great catch by the receiver there. One-handed, I believe. That's Surratt. 3rd catch of the day for him, and there's a flag. I feel pretty sure that's going to be pass interference on the defense. What a catch by Elijah Surratt. That is pass interference on the defense, and Surratt said, I don't care, I'm catching it anyway. Wow. First down, Indiana. Great throw by Mendoza. Surratt with a great catch. The dude is going to be playing on Sundays. See the replay here. I don't know how he caught that. One-handed grab. Good grief. He's being held the entire time by the defender, and it did not matter. Mendoza takes the snap, rolling out to his right. He might be running here, and he's going to throw at the very end. It's going to be caught, and it's going to be just short of the first down, around the 35-yard line. Indiana, they look unstoppable right now. It's Omar Cooper with his 2nd catch of the day. My goodness. Yeah, this might be getting out of hand, you guys. 2nd and 3 coming up. We're down to 3.5 minutes here in the first half. Surratt, I don't know if he's draft eligible or not, but he's someone who should be drafted fairly high. This might be a bit out there for a comp, but he reminds me a little bit of Mike Evans. That might not be accurate. Mendoza going for it all into the end zone. That is a touchdown for the Hoosiers. That's Becker into the end zone. And this is looking like a blowout. 27-7. The Hoosiers are dominating. Charlie Becker, 36-yard catch. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Was not expecting this at all. This feels like it's game over already. That's insane. What a throw from Mendoza. What a catch. Just got open. PAT going up here to make it a 21-point game. Kick is up, and it is good. 28-7 is the score before halftime. We laid out the hypotheticals. We said this was possible, the way it was unfolding, and here we are. Once again, I remind you, Indiana starts the second half with possession. We'll watch the replay here. I looked like Becker just beat his guy there. The safety was running up instead of playing back there. It was a 50-50 shot. He beat his man into the end zone. Great throw by Mendoza. Great catch by Becker. It's ridiculous, man. I'm happy for Indiana. I'm rooting for this team. I'm happy with either result tonight. I wanted a good game, though, and Indiana's just saying, no, we're going to blow you out. This is ridiculous. Hey, if there are any Alabama fans listening, you got to be feeling a lot better about your blowout loss, because this is just what Indiana football is now. They are that good. It's remarkable. Indiana to kick off here. Oregon does have 3:13 on the clock, which means they either could try to cut the deficit here, or they could go 3 and out, and Indiana could add on to their lead. Wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Oregon takes possession here, down 21 points in the first half. half of their points have basically just been off of turnovers, directly setting up touchdowns or ending in touchdowns. And that's part of the game. It counts. Just not at all the game script we were expecting here. A remarkable performance by Indiana so far. It's not over till it's over, though. Oregon still has time, technically. You don't feel good about it, though. Dante Moore to take the snap here from the 25. Takes the snap, hands this ball off, gets a block, and he's going to gain about 4 yards there, setting up a 2nd and 6. Yeah, if you're Oregon here, you can't be feeling good, obviously, down 21 points. If you're the staff, I mean, you got to have one heck of a speech prepared at halftime. You got to do whatever you can to motivate these guys to come out strong in the second half, because that's the only way that you're going to make a comeback. Moore from the 29, shotgun formation. The back moves to his right, takes the snap, dropping back, looking to throw, and pressure comes, he loses the ball. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, he lost the ball. And it's Indiana ball. It is Indiana ball, just like that. I just wanted a good game, you guys. We're getting a blowout. This is everything going wrong for the Ducks. I mean, Moore just needs better awareness in that play. They brought the pressure. They knocked the ball out of his arm. That's a clear fumble. They're not going to have to dispute that. This is an obvious fumble. Indiana ball now. They're going to have a chance to be up 35-7 at halftime. I said it a few minutes ago, and I'm going to say it again. This is reminding me of the blowout loss Oregon had last year to Ohio State. It's different in how it's happening, but just similar to it being a blowout. Ball at the Oregon 21. Mendoza takes the snap, hands it off. No, he keeps it himself, and he breaks a tackle. Ends up gaining probably about 3 yards, maybe 2. I don't know. If I'm Indiana, I'm not doing any more quarterback runs in this game. I'm not risking any quarterback hits or injuries here. My gosh. I was so sure this was going to be a good game. I really was. I had Oregon winning too. They've been my national champion pick. That's aging very poorly. I will very confidently be picking Indiana next week. We're going to see Mendoza-Beck college football title game. That'll be something. Mendoza, yeah. The only shot Miami's going to have in that game is going to be their defense. That's been playing really well, but given how Oregon's defense looks tonight, and this is a very good Oregon defense, I don't think Miami's going to get enough stops to keep their offense in that game. I don't think Miami's going to do a whole lot of scoring. Hard to see it. This Indiana defense is so good. And I know 3 turnovers is going to inflate the final score. Obviously part of the game, but take away those 3 turnovers, this is a 1-score game. I don't even know what to say at this point. This is just ugly. This might be the rare game where we just turn it off at halftime and end the stream because, yeah, this is really bad. Good grief. So Indiana likely to be up 35-7 at halftime. Maybe they're held to a field goal here. I don't know. Oregon, I don't think that they're able to make a comeback against this defense. I would be very, very pleasantly surprised. Not because I want Indiana to lose or anything, just because I want it to be a competitive game. It would be a surprise if Oregon made the comeback, though. If you told me that Oregon needed to score more than 30 points to win this game, I probably wouldn't take them. Just pregame. I probably would have said both teams need to be in the 20s. And now they are probably going to have to score 30 points to win this game, so hard to see. It's going to be a really rough end of the season for the Ducks. Back-to-back years. They got blown out by Ohio State last year in the playoffs, and now here, a game away from the championship. A championship game in which they would be favored against Miami and their old coach, Mario Cristobal. And here they are getting blown out. I mean, what do you even do at that point? What needs to change at that program? It's brutal. It's tough for Oregon, too, because both of their losses this year will be to the same team, assuming the score holds here. I hate talking like it's over, as if there isn't a whole half of football remaining, but just watching Indiana play, it's very difficult to see. Man, I hope the championship game is good, but at this point, I'm assuming Indiana's also going to blow out Miami. I'm sorry, Miami, but this looks like a team that is not going to show mercy. But all right, we're not hating on it. I'm just hating that it is such a dominant game, such a blowout. Not even fun at this point. Indiana fans, you got to be happy though. Good for you. We're chill with Indiana. It's nice to see that program after basically no success ever going all the way here. Going all the way. Man. Remains to be seen if we'll be on for the college football championship game or not. That might be one we don't cover. Might be one we don't cover. I don't know about that. All right. The game resuming here shortly. Indiana does have possession, 2nd and 8, 2 minutes on the clock. No urgency here given that they're at the 19-yard line. Mendoza takes the snap, going to hand this ball off, and he makes a move, and he's going to get about half the yardage needed. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4 coming up. Brutal, man. This is absolutely brutal. Oregon burns the timeout there because their ideal situation right now is they hold Indiana to 3 here. They get the ball back, they go downfield and score, and probably go for 2 at that point to make it 31-15. That way they can try to score again in the second half and make it 31-23. That is their only path here at this point. That's what they have to hope for. There's a chance, it just ain't a good one. 1:54 on the clock. It is 3rd and 3. They gave him 5 yards on that last run. Watching Indiana so far, you just assume they're going to pick it up. We'll see, though. We'll see. I mean, there's just not even much to say right now. This is sad. Third and 3 coming up. Mendoza out there now to take the snap shortly. Running back to his right, player in motion. Mendoza takes the snap. He gets a quick throw to the guy in motion. He's going to have to beat a guy, and he does. He gets the first down inside the 10. 1st and goal, Indiana. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? They showed no mercy against Bama last week. They're not going to slow down tonight either. I mean, that was just, you get the ball out to your playmaker, you see if he can make a play, and he did. Outran the guy. 1st and goal coming up. I assume they're going to hand it off here and make Oregon probably burn that last time out. Oregon burns their 2nd time out, by the way. Man, this should have been such a good game. Such high hopes for this one. Even just looking at the bracket before any of the games were played, this was a matchup a lot of us assumed we would get, and we were correct to assume that. And we thought, yeah, this is going to be one of the best games of the playoffs. And here we are. Indiana defense smothering the Oregon offense. And the Indiana offense not being slowed down a whole lot here. It's 1st and goal now inside the 10-yard line. They got it at around 8 or 9 yard line. Mendoza, what have you got? Running back to his right, Mendoza to take the snap. Going to hand this ball off, and he's inside the 5. He's going to keep fighting forward, and he's going to get really close. He's going to be just short of the goal line here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Might not even have a whole yard to go. We'll see where they mark him down, but it's looking like Indiana's about to go up 35-7. I mean, if you're Oregon, if you're the head coach there, what do you even tell your players at halftime? How do you sell them on the possibility of getting a comeback here? Ball at the 1 yard line here. Mendoza under center. I imagine they're handing it off. We'll see. Takes the snap. He pitches it, and he's going to get stuffed. No gain. May have actually lost a yard on that one. All right, 3rd and goal coming up, and Oregon, they're actually going to burn that last time out here. Clock is going to stop at 1:01 here. So I guess Oregon thinks we get a stop here, we get the ball back. Okay, may as well. What's the worst that can happen at this point, right? The worst that can happen has already happened for the Ducks. Nothing going right. 3rd and goal coming up from probably the 2 yard line. We'll see if Indiana can make it 35-7. Honestly, at this point, even if you don't convert in 3rd and goal, when you're this close, you may as well go for it on 4th and goal. Add on to that lead as much as you can. Wouldn't blame you. They put another second on the clock here. 1:02 remains in the first half. All right, here we go. We'll see if they can punch it in here from 2 yards out. 3rd and goal coming up. All right, him be the back out there to the right of Mendoza. They're lining up right now to take the snap. Shotgun formation, it looks like. A lot of options out here. Probably a 50-50 ball coming up. Mendoza, he's looking that way. It's going to be caught into the end zone for a touchdown. Indiana just... Good grief. That's Surratt. He gets into the end zone. Simple play, quick throw. Defense can't cover that. It is 34-7. Again, I have no allegiance towards either team tonight. I just wanted a good game. This is brutal. And great play by Surratt. He catches it short of the goal line and falls into the goal, into the end zone for the touchdown. They're going to review it, but watching the replay there, that's definitely a touchdown. I'm pretty confident. I think that's a touchdown. I guess there's a chance it comes back, but that looks like a touchdown. Very interesting play call, I'll say that. So they're going to review and see if that's a touchdown. Even if it isn't, you have it at the half-yard line. Or just right at the goal line, really, if it's short. At that point, you just go for it anyway. So we are going to assume, regardless, the score is about to be 35-7. And once again, I remind you, Indiana starts the second half with the ball. We might be looking at 42-7. Okay, they uphold the ruling on the field, so it is a touchdown. Surratt gets his. It is 34-7, PAT pending. I am so sorry to anyone who wanted a good game tonight, but Indiana fans, congratulations. You're probably going to the championship, barring a ridiculous comeback by Oregon here. I mean, they're making it look easy, too, you know? It doesn't feel like they're doing anything crazy, nothing too special. They're just executing at an extremely high level. Taking full advantage of every mistake Oregon makes. PAT is up, and it's going to be good. Score is now 35-7. Indiana. It's all Indiana. That's all. I don't... It's not much to say. This is just ugly. And Surratt now has 14 touchdown catches this season. Good for him. One of the best receivers in college football. Again, I don't know what his draft stock is as it pertains to the NFL, but if I'm an NFL scout, I'm definitely checking him out. Him and Omar Cooper both really good at Indiana. There's still 59 seconds here in the second quarter, so technically Oregon has time to do something. Also, technically, Indiana has 2 timeouts remaining, so if Oregon fails and they go 3 and out, Indiana will get the ball back. That's a nasty hypothetical. Imagine they score again before halftime. All right, 59 seconds. Oregon has 0 timeouts. They burnt all of them on defense. We got a kickoff here. I'm guessing it'll be no return. And there you go. No return. It goes into the end zone for the touchback. And here we go. We'll see if Oregon actually tries anything. At this point, you might as well. The game already feels lost. You got to go all out at this point to try to make a comeback. That's probably not how they're thinking, but you never know. 59 seconds. Oregon going out there on offense after the touchback. Again, it's a great story for Indiana. Great story. But this is depressing. A very depressing game. It's like we have to balance out the instant classic we had last night. Is that what it is? Anywho, Oregon's got the ball at their 25. Shotgun formation, running back to his left. Dante Moore to take the snap. Dropping back to pass. He's got time. He's going to have to roll out now as pressure comes. And he's going to throw on the run. It is downfield and incomplete. Really difficult catch to try to make. Difficult throw to try to make. It'll be 2nd and 10 with 51 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Yep. Yeah, so who wants to pick Miami to win next week? Good luck to the Canes. This is going to be really tough. On that note, though, imagine telling somebody at any point this season that it would be an Indiana-Miami championship at the end of the day, end of the season. Would you believed it? Moore gets a quick throw out here, down around the 38, 39-yard line for the first down. Clock is at 45. It'll stop temporarily. Clock is running now as they line up, and Moore looking to throw. Pressure's coming. He's on the run, rolling out to his right. They're going to throw flags here, definitely holding. I mean, you absolutely hold there. We'll see if that's what they call. I'm absolutely holding. Yep, there you go, holding on the Ducks. That's rough. Man, I really had Oregon winning it all. Whoops. Whoopsie. First and 20 coming up for the Ducks. 36 seconds on the clock. And Indiana's got a player down on defense. Oh boy, hopefully he's okay. Checking him out right now on the field. So that'll be a short game break here. Alright. I didn't see what happened there, but hopefully he's okay. When the game resumes, it'll be first and 20 for the Ducks. Again, at this point, you're down 28. You got to go all out. So air it out here. Just hope that something happens. I don't even know how they're supposed to make a comeback, though. They basically need everything that went right for Indiana to happen to them in the second half, you know? It'd be really tough to see. Alright, first and 20 now, 36 seconds. And anyone who's watching Indiana for the first time tonight, you might look at this and go, oh, this isn't Indiana being good, it's Oregon being bad. Well, it's probably a little bit of both the mistakes Oregon has made, but Indiana really is just this good. Moore gets this ball out. It's going to be short of the receiver, incomplete. Second and 20 coming up, 32 seconds on the clock here. But no, this game is just Indiana executing at a high level, taking advantage of every chance they've been given, and Oregon just not playing very well. It's a little bit of both. Both things can be true. Indiana just looks dominant. The way they've played in the playoffs so far, it makes you think of those old Alabama teams under Saban. That's what I'm getting from it, at least. That's what I'm watching. I feel like this is Alabama against whoever in the previous iterations of the playoffs. Moore dropping back a ton to throw. He's going to get this to the running back. It's a screenplay. He gets some blocks, makes it up to the 40. Well short of the first down marker, though, and the clock will continue to run. We're now under 20 seconds here. We'll see if they try to get one more play off. They might as well. 13 seconds and counting down now. 3rd and 7. They're dropping back to pass. Throws. It's going to be caught for the first down into Indiana territory down around the 38-yard line. 6 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to hurry up and spike it down. And they're near field goal range. They might go for 3. And they are going to spike it here at the 38-yard line. It'd be a 56-yard field goal from here. Down 28. Even if you make it, it is still a 4-possession game. You may as well, I guess, and given how this first half is played out, they're probably going to miss it. Hate to say it. Atticus Sappington, what a name. That is quite the name, dude. The Oregon kicker going out there to attempt a 56-yarder. His career long is 51. This would easily clear that. From 56 yards. Indiana surely is going to burn a timeout, try to ice him here. This will be the last play of the first half coming up. From 56 yards, it's snapped, the kick is up, and it is, oh, it's short. He had it right, he aimed it perfectly, it's short. The field goal is no good. 35-7 remains the score at halftime here, all Indiana. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Ridiculous game. It's halftime now, and you can't expect it to get any better. Oregon needs a 28-point second half to even tie the game up. Man. And you're just not seeing a lot go wrong for Indiana tonight. Oregon making all these critical mistakes. Indiana capitalizing every single time. 35-7 at halftime. I don't think anyone really expected that. Indiana fans have to be ecstatic right now. One half of football away from going to the national championship. Good for them. All right, so we'll check out some stats here. Dante Moore, 9 of 14, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Not a bad game aside from the fumble loss and the pick 6 to start the game. Yeah, just yikes. Oregon on the ground here. There's not really a whole lot to say on the ground. As we expected, it's a struggle to move the ball against this Indiana defense. Jay Harris has 10 carries for 29 yards. Deere Hill Jr. has 2 for 8. I'm not really sure why Harris is getting so many carries. I thought Hill was higher in the depth chart. Moore's got 5 carries for negative 28 yards. Indiana's defense getting after him pretty consistently. Nothing special about the receiving there for Oregon. And then Indiana on offense, I mean, Mendoza, 10 for 11, highly efficient here, very accurate, 110 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just ridiculous. Oregon about to come back, and wow, I would, if they make a comeback, I mean, it'd be one of the more remarkable things we've seen. Against any team, a 28-point comeback entering halftime would be amazing. Against this Indiana defense, that'd be something, man. That'd be something. I am here for it. I don't have an allegiance towards either team. I'm a Georgia fan. My team's been out for a week now, so I'm fine with either team advancing. I just want a good game. Calling it like I see it, though, I would be stunned. Absolutely stunned if they made a comeback. Are you an Oregon fan, or are you a neutral observer? Who are you rooting for? Anyone watching now, chime in. Who are you guys rooting for in this one? How are you feeling about it? Because I'm feeling doubtful for the Ducks. Indiana stats, Mendoza's just playing an elite game so far. Roman Himby, their RB1, has 8 carries for 35 yards. Their other RB1, Kalen Black, has 9 carries for 27 yards, so less effective, but he does have a touchdown on the day. Mendoza's got 3 carries for 3 yards. I'm sure the sack took a big chunk out of that because he had a big run earlier in the game. Surratt has 4 for 48 and a nice touchdown. Becker's got 1 for 36. We saw the deep ball earlier. 1 touchdown there. Omar Cooper, 2 for 15. He had a nice touchdown earlier in the game. Surratt, I will highlight as well. He has the touchdown, but he's made a couple of nice plays in this game. Had a really nice one-handed catch when the Oregon defender was committing PI. Just a great game from Indiana. There's only been a couple of plays where you watch them and go, yeah, that didn't work out for you. That went wrong. That was not very good. For the most part, it's just been great execution. And then for Oregon, the turnovers, man, they're killing them. You have the Moore lost fumble inside their 5. You had the pick 6 to start the game. You take away those 2 turnovers, and it's 21-7 right now. At worst. And then giving up all these sacks on Moore. Poor guy is getting hit consistently in this game. I'll have to see on the defense for Indiana. How many sacks do they have? They got 3 sacks in this game. 5 tackles for loss, which is impressive. I mean, it feels like Moore has somebody in his face every single play. Pretty consistently. So, I'm not optimistic for the Ducks' chances to make a comeback here. We'll stay on for a little bit. We like being on for the entirety of these games. But if it's going to continue going this way, we might cut the stream short. So, just a heads up for that. Because it is all Indiana. And Indiana starts the second half with possession, so it really might get ugly after this. There's a firm possibility. But if we're to preview the upcoming matchup, Indiana against Miami, because that's what it looks like we're going to get. I mean, Canes fans, you're just happy to be there, considering you barely made it into the playoffs. You shouldn't have been barely in. It should have been firmly in from the start, but committee is stupid. You're just happy to be there as the 10 seed. You pulled a couple of upsets now. You're in the championship. Just being there, you have a shot. With all the NFL talent you have on your defensive line, you have a shot. That's going to be your one chance against Indiana. You're going to need your defense to play one of its best games this year to keep Indiana's offense in check. And then you're going to need your offense to find a way to move the ball. I don't think you're going to have success running it against this Indiana defense. It's going to be on Beck to make plays. I don't believe in him. I don't think he's going to be able to. So for that, I don't think that Indiana is going to allow a lot of points when it comes to the Miami offense. For Miami to win, you're basically going to need what happened with Ohio State. You're going to need a repeat of that game. I don't think that's extremely likely to happen, though. The way Indiana looks in the playoffs, I would guess there's a decent chance it's another blowout. I hope that's not the case. I want a good game. But I am concerned for Miami next week. See if we get back-to-back Indiana blowouts in the playoffs. But I don't love the matchup there. I think Indiana's defense will have a good day against Miami's offense. And Indiana they don't have to blow them out. They could win a low-scoring game. If you told me that the score between Indiana and Miami is 17-10, I'd probably believe it from what we've seen from both defenses. It might be tough for both offenses to move the ball, but I trust Mendoza far more than I trust Beck. And if you look at the head coaches too, I trust Cignetti far more than I trust Cristobal. Credit to him for getting Miami back to being relevant. Like, that's impressive. A lot of coaches have failed to do that before him. But Indiana and Miami, I don't like that matchup. They got the better coach, they got the better quarterback, better offense, better defense. Advantages everywhere for Indiana. But this is college football, so what do we know? What do we know? Got halftime here, and there's not really much more to say. I mean, we're previewing the hypothetical championship game because we're assuming this game is over. Still a lot of ball left to be played, technically speaking. You just don't feel good about it. It is pretty stunning just how easy Indiana has made it look tonight. They haven't done anything crazy. They haven't needed to do anything crazy. They're just taking what is being given to them. The 2 turnovers directly benefiting their chances on offense, and just everything's gone their way. Everything goes their way. But there's plenty of ball left to be played. If Oregon gets enough going their way here in the second half, I guess they could build momentum. I guess they could find a way to make a comeback. It is going to take a miracle. It's going to take a huge effort. It's not over till it's over. We'll see what happens pretty quickly early on in the second half. Because Indiana gets possession to start. And if they get on field and score again, we'll call it. That's the game. That's officially the game. If they go 3 and out and Oregon gets the ball and they score, then hey, we can start talking about it again. More seriously, at least. We can start saying maybe they have life. Moore is going to have his best half of football here coming up. The Oregon defense is going to have to get a lot of stops coming up. I don't believe. Alright. Hopefully halftime won't drag on for too long. I questioned earlier, what do you even say if you're the Oregon coach? What do you tell your guys in the locker room here? Because those guys are smart. They're well aware that their odds of coming back are very slim. How do you get them to buy in and to believe and to play like they have a shot? Dan Lanning's a good coach, but this is a tall ask for him. It'd be really difficult. We'll wait here and see what happens in the second half before officially calling it over, but yeah. Anyone listening right now, what do you think? Does Oregon have a chance? Can they possibly make a comeback? It's a much closer game without turnovers, so if you take that stance, I guess. Either way, incredibly disappointing game here so far, just for anyone who wanted a good game. The Oregon turnovers are killing them. It's 3 total turnovers, right? They lost 2 fumbles that set up touchdowns, and then they had the interception that was a pick 6. So it's actually, if you take away all 3 turnovers, it might be 14-7 here. So that's what I mean when I say Indiana hasn't had to do anything crazy. They're just executing. That's all it takes when your opponent is collapsing like this. So if I'm Indiana, I'm just going to try to run out the clock, honestly. Run out the clock. Don't give Miami anything more to look at on tape. Let some of your players kind of chill a little bit. Yeah. All right. I'm going to check the internet here, see if I've missed anything important on this game. I'm guessing it's just people saying the same things we're saying here. Let's see. But I do want to look out for any injuries here. There haven't been a lot in this game, but sometimes we do miss injuries here. This year proves that a 12-team playoff is overkill. Could have been a 1-team playoff that simply crowned Indiana. That's wild. Yikes. Let's see. Cignetti looks angry and disappointed, as can be expected of a coach whose team is only leading by 28 at half. See, that's what we're saying earlier. His demeanor is very similar to Saban, or how Saban was at Alabama. He's just always upset. Always on the move, coaching up his players. There's no smiling. There's no letting up. Foot on the gas the whole way through. So I don't think they're going to try to run out the clock. I think they're just going to keep playing football and executing. Which probably does mean a lot of running, actually. They like to run the ball. In 6 quarters at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Dan Lanning has been outscored 84-10. That's not good. Let's see. All right. There's not really a whole lot going on here online. No, everyone's just saying it's a bad game. Indiana's crushing. Heck of a game for Indiana. Nothing on injuries. No one's talking about an Oregon comeback. I feel like everyone kind of has the same stance in this game right now. Not even a competition. Yep. Nope, it's not. Alright, well, that's too bad. There's not much to say here, unfortunately. Usually at halftime of these games that we do, it's at least competitive and there's a lot more to talk about. But right now, it's just... I don't know what to tell you guys. We're just going to wait it out and see by how many points Indiana wins. We have seen comebacks in college football before. I don't think we've ever seen a big comeback in a playoff game, though. I mean, earlier this year in the regular season, we had South Carolina blowing a huge lead over Texas A&M. The difference is that was South Carolina, and no one was really that surprised when it happened. In a more high-caliber matchup, last season we had Georgia making a big comeback against Alabama. They fell short ultimately, but they made the comeback nonetheless. It was a game. I can't think of any playoff games where there's a big deficit and the team somehow made a comeback. So this would probably be history if they pulled it off. I think it's more likely Indiana hangs 50 on this Oregon squad than blowing a lead like this. I think Desmond Howard just said that they're in the national championship game. They're talking about Miami, I think. Yeah, a lot of attention from Miami after that big win last night. It'll be really interesting to see if Miami actually has a decent shot against Indiana. I know they're going to match up on the field. They're going to play. They're going to try, but I feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. I'm the fool who had Oregon winning this game, though, so what do I know, right? Indiana, if they do hold on to the lead tonight and then they beat Miami next week, they will be 16-0. I'm not sure the last time we had a 16-0 team in college football. Probably one of the first times ever. I'm going to search up transfer portal and see if I've missed anything on that, because I'm not seeing anything important regarding the transfer portal so far. We're still waiting to see where Dylan Raiola goes, the quarterback out of Nebraska, the Patrick Mahomes copycat. Let's see. I searched up transfer portal, and all I'm getting is people complaining about the transfer portal, so that's not very helpful. Oh well. And we've heard about Trinidad Chambliss here. We talked about that a little bit earlier. He was denied an extra year of eligibility, so probably going to go to the NFL draft, probably a QB3 in that draft when the time comes. Although, given how Dante Moore's playing tonight, I wonder if that will hurt his draft stock at all. I don't know. Mendoza's definitely QB1, though. Definitely QB1 in the draft class. Moore is supposedly a first-round pick. Honestly, he might be another guy who should just stay in school another year. Keep developing in college. That might be a good choice if he were to do that. I have no idea what he wants to do, though. So you got Mendoza, you got Moore, and then Ty Simpson declared for the draft. He's somebody I've said he should just stay in college. I don't think he's going to do anything in the league. I respect him, but I don't believe. Chambliss likely going to the draft. We'll see if he keeps trying to fight for an extra year of eligibility at the college level, which if he can get it, I think he should stay and play another year in school. Let's see. Yeah, I guess I haven't missed anything on the transfer portal. I'm not seeing anything important, so cool. Nice to see that slowed down. We still have issues with the college football calendar and when the transfer portal opens up. That should open up after all of the games have been played. But no, why would we have any logic here? Lesser known story here, Virginia quarterback Chandler Morris has been denied a 7th season of eligibility, which is a ridiculous sentence to even be saying. But that's too bad for him. Bama quarterback Austin Mack signed a deal to return to the Tide next season. He's the backup this past season. Probably gets to be the starter next year. Good for him. Tennessee expected to host Missouri transfer quarterback Bo Pribula. I always butcher his name. Pribula. It's a weird name. He's a good quarterback, though. I don't know why he's taking visits to all these SEC teams, though. Why not just stay in Missouri? Let's see. Ole Miss freshman receiver is entering the transfer portal. Keep an eye on LSU, I imagine. Let's see. Auburn transfer receiver Cam Coleman has arrived in Tuscaloosa for his Alabama visit. That's another thing that's kind of mind-blowing about the transfer portal. We got all these players leaving their schools. That's already weird. But they're leaving their schools and they're visiting their rivals, their biggest rivals. I don't love it, honestly. Don't love that at all. Georgia, I know we got somebody from Georgia Tech, I believe. A good player at that. So we're glad to have him. It's just very strange that we have players coming from our rivals. Why has it come to that? Let's see. And the other transfer receiver out of Auburn, Eric Singleton, projected to go to Florida. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. So Auburn lost their top 2 receivers? Good grief. Okay. I would have liked them to stay there. They got a good quarterback coming in from South Florida, Byron Brown. Got a good coach coming in from South Florida as well, Alex Golish. But okay, go chase money. Oh, this is a big one. Ole Miss is projected to land Auburn transfer quarterback Deuce Knight. He'd probably fit that offense really well. I like that a lot for them. Let's see, is there anything else going on? Georgia Tech is the early favorite to land the Michigan transfer running back, Justice Haynes. All right. Ooh, Arizona State transfer quarterback Sam Leavitt is set to visit Miami this week. And we were talking about that last night. We thought that Leavitt was going to LSU, but he has not committed yet, so there is a chance he could end up in Miami. That would be really good for them. And Miami is an instant contender again next season if they can get him. All right, well, good for them. Good for them. Miami's having one heck of a week, huh? And looks like I'm all caught up on news there. I don't see anything else. And hopefully we are near the end of halftime here. There's really not much to say. We're just kind of waiting it out to see if Indiana will maintain their huge lead. All right. Oh, man. Got a commercial break here still. I think after this, we'll probably get back to the second half. Indiana set to take possession here to start. And if they score, it's probably just officially over. You can go ahead and call the game. If Oregon gets a stop on defense, they have a little bit of life, but we're being real here. It's not happening. It's not happening. And if I look silly for saying that there's no shot they make the comeback here, I'll take the fall. That's fine. I'd love to see a comeback. It'd be cool. 35-7 the score here at halftime. All Indiana so far. For anyone who's missed it, we've had 3 Oregon turnovers, I should say. A pick 6 to start the game, and then we had the 2 Dante Moore fumbles setting up Indiana touchdowns not long after that. All Indiana. 21 points off of turnovers, I believe. Aside from that, it would be 14-7, and it'd be a closer game. Turnovers matter, though. Indiana hasn't had to do anything crazy at all. They just have to execute at a high level, and that's one thing they've done all season. They execute at a high level. They're very efficient, very effective. Reminds you a lot of those old Saban Alabama teams. That's part of why I would be really shocked if Oregon made the comeback. It's not just that you need a direct flip of everything that's happened so far. You need their offense to get going, you need their defense to get some stops, and you need the turnovers to stop, and you need more to stop taking all these hits and facing all this pressure. It's not just all of that. You also need a Kurt Cignetti-led team to blow a 28-point lead. I don't see that happening. It would be something. It would just be stunning if it came to be. But we'll see, though. We've got a half of football left, so we'll get back to that shortly, I hope. It feels like halftime's gone on and on. There's just not much. There's not much to say, and I'm sorry. There's really not much to say. Just all the same things because it's all Indiana. So Again, I am fine with either outcome. Oregon has been my national championship pick, objectively anyway, since the preseason. I've said Georgia because I'm a Georgia fan, but yeah. Oregon's been my pick for a while, and I'm feeling really bad about that right now, but Indiana's also a great story, so I don't mind them winning. I think most of the country probably is in agreement on that. So I'm fine with any outcome here. I just wanted a good game, and we've not gotten it yet, but because I want a good game, I will be rooting for Oregon in the second half, just hoping they can make it interesting. Make it worth it for us to stay on here. But again, Indiana starts the second half with the ball. They'll go out on offense trying to make their lead even larger, and if they do, game's probably over right there. So, we'll see. We'll see. Still have a commercial break here. I'll check the internet once more to see if there are any important updates, any injuries, any news whatsoever, just in case. Guessing not, but it's one of the few things I can do right now. Let's see. Yeah. Again, I will say to anyone who doesn't know Indiana football, hasn't watched them play, and you turn on the game and you just think Oregon's a terrible team. Nope, this is a good Oregon team. It's a good Oregon team. 11-1 in the regular season. Blew out James Madison in the first round of the playoffs. Okay, I wouldn't read too much into that. They shut out and blew out Texas Tech in the second round of the playoffs. A good Texas Tech team. I don't know. It's a good Oregon team. It's just a better Indiana team. We're going to start the second half here shortly, and for those of us who want a good game, we are hoping that Oregon comes out strong on defense. I hope that Dan Lanning gave one heck of a halftime speech to motivate his guys. Again, I don't know what you even say to try to get them motivated. I don't know what you do to try to bring those guys out there after taking an absolute beating in the first half. Hopefully, he said the right things, and hopefully they come out strong here. You should end stream and join Devin and I in the conversation. He's offering to spill tea. No, I gotta stay on, man. I gotta stay on. I can't do it. Can't end it. The moment I end is the moment Oregon makes a miracle comeback. If Indiana scores on this next drive, I might end it. We'll see. Oregon set to kick off here, starting the second half at long last. No trickery here. They are kicking off, and Indiana will take possession. And that's going to go out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Indiana will take over. I did wonder, I didn't voice it at halftime, but I wondered for a moment earlier if Oregon might explore going for an onside kick to start the half. But I guess they aren't that desperate yet. Mendoza 10 for 11 so far, 110 yards, got the 3 touchdowns. We'll see. We'll see if he slips up here, but so far he's played a near perfect game. I don't even remember his one incompletion. Obviously it happened, but he's looked really good tonight. Made some really good throws. His receivers are catching everything, too. See what they do here on 1st and 10 to start the second half here. Mendoza out there now to take the snap. Really good day for him. And hold up, we got a flag before the play. Guessing that's a false start, back him up 5 yards. Hey, Oregon's first win here to start the second half. They just need that to keep happening. 1st and 15 coming up, and Signetti's going to be yelling at somebody for that. Dude looks so mad. He looks so mad on the sideline. It's awesome. I'm telling you, he's just a Nick Saban clone. Indiana now at the 20, shotgun formation, back to his left. Mendoza takes the snap, hands the ball off, and he's going to get met pretty quickly, going to gain about 2 yards. It'll be second and long. Good start there for the Oregon defense. They got to do that a couple more times here to get the ball back. If they can get a 3 and out and then score an offense, we can start having a little bit more hope. 35-7, 2nd and 13 coming up. Indiana, I don't know how you approach this here. The way they've played so far, I would be inclined to think they're just going to keep trying to run up the score. They don't quit. They don't show mercy. They just keep playing ball. I respect it. But also at the same time, with this huge lead, and with just one more game remaining, I'd be inclined to just hand the ball off a lot and try to kill time. Mendoza dropping back to pass. He throws for the first down. It's caught. It's caught. It's a first down there. Gain of about 15 yards. Yep, okay. It's gonna be like that. There's no quit in this team. Great throw by Mendoza. Great catch. He had good space there, but Surratt with the reception there. 1st and 10, Indiana. If they make it 42-7, I mean, that would be nasty. Mendoza set to take the snap here. Hemby behind him, the running back. Mendoza, player in motion, takes the snap, hands this ball off to Hemby, and he's not going to get very far, maybe 1 yard. Forward progress should grant him that. It'll be 2nd and 9. Oregon defense celebrating the stop as if they aren't down 28 points. Guys, maybe you should not celebrate right now. Me personally, I wouldn't be celebrating right now. Just get back out there and lock in. 2nd and 9 coming up. We got 13 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. All time that Indiana can kill is very critical to this game. Oregon's only going to have so many more possessions. 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line. Mendoza running back to his right. Takes the snap, dropping back to pass. He throws for the first down. That's going to be caught. It's caught. It's a perfect throw. It's a nice catch on the sideline. 1st and 10, Indiana. Once again. I don't know what you're supposed to do to that. What is Oregon supposed to do to guard that? Like, that's... There's no stopping it, man. No stopping it. Charlie Becker with a 12-yard catch. It's going to be 1st and 10 Indiana inside the 50-yard line now at the Oregon 49. Mendoza lining up now to take the snap here. Running back moves to his right. Takes a snap. Going to hand this ball off. And he's got more space this time. Makes a move. And he's going to get, I think, the first down. We'll see where they mark him down. To my human eye, that looked like a first down. First time in this drive, the running back actually had some blocks and some room to run, and they give him the first down. You guys, we might be looking at 42-7 here. Ball at the 39, Mendoza looking to throw now. He's going to be running up, and he's going to use his legs. He's going to gain about 4 or 5 yards. At this point, Oregon needs a turnover, right? Yeah. Alrighty, 35-7 is still the score. Indiana driving right now. They got the ball at the Oregon 34.5-yard line. It is 2nd and 5. 11.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Somebody nearly jumped off sides there. 2nd and 5, Mendoza running back to his right. Takes the snap, hands this ball off, and he's going to get met immediately. A loss of maybe 2 yards there. That'll make it 3rd and 6. Lost 1.5 yards on that one. Oregon finally gets them to the 3rd down here. Maybe they can get off the field. Indiana is already in field goal range, though, so we'll see. They snap this ball fast at the 36. Mendoza looking to throw. He's running up now. He's going to get the first down with his legs. And a little bit more. Makes a spin. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball, but Indiana jumped on it. Prime opportunity for Oregon there to get a turnover. Mendoza got hit at the end and lost the ball. One of his linemen jumped on it. It looked like great awareness there. First down, Indiana. Big gain. Good grief. I mean, that was what Oregon needed there. The ball popped out. He tried to spin out of it. It was a nice spin move by Mendoza, but that probably is why he ended up losing the ball. He got popped out there at the end. Fortunate for Indiana that the guy was right there. Now they now have the ball at the Oregon 20-yard line. 18, actually. They got a handoff here, and he's going to gain another yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up at the Oregon 17. This is ugly. Now under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This is over a 5-minute drive now. Oregon needs the turnover right now. I don't think they're going to get it. I think Indiana's about to score a touchdown. We'll see. 2nd and 9 now coming up from the 17-yard line. Mendoza set to take the snap. Gonna hand this ball off, and he's gonna gain about 4 yards. Yeah, Oregon making Bama not look so bad. Yeah, I referenced that earlier. Like, Bama fans can feel a little bit better tonight. Indiana is that good. Indiana really is just that good. It's remarkable. I mean, what do you do to stop this team? We got 3rd and 5 coming up. Yeah, delusion. Look, you gotta say whatever you can to have some hope if you're an Oregon fan, but this is about to get out of hand. Mendoza, empty backfield, 3rd and 5, looking to throw. Pressure's coming. He throws into the end zone, wide open. Wide open. It's a touchdown for Indiana. Look, I don't even know what to say at this point. This is just brutal. This is a tough end of the year for Oregon. You got blown out by Ohio State to end it last season, and now you're getting blown out this year by Indiana. Somebody give them a different script. Like, I'm not an Oregon fan. I don't care. I don't care strongly about them. I feel better about Indiana. This is a better story, but this is brutal. I feel for Oregon fans. This sucks. Once again, congratulations, Indiana fans are going to the championship. Good grief. This is an absolute beatdown, and I'm stunned. I'm the fool who picked Oregon to win this game. I feel really bad about that. I didn't even use logic to pick it. It was more so I picked them in the preseason, so I'm going to stand by it. Feel really bad about that right now. Indiana just... it's a smackdown. Great throw by Mendoza. I know the guy's wide open, but that's still a great throw. Even if he were guarded, I think that's still a touchdown. And Cignetti doesn't even look happy about the score. He looks disappointed. That's amazing. Love it. Love it. Are you guys here? Are you guys Indiana fans? You guys rooting for the Hoosiers tonight? I'm a Georgia fan, so my team's been out for about a week now. I don't really have allegiance to either team, but Indiana's a great story, so I'm cool with it. Oregon was my preseason pick, so I would have been cool with it. I just wanted a good game, but Indiana apparently had other plans. This is brutal. Most dominant championship run ever. Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with that. I think that's straight facts. That's a true statement. I would say 2019 LSU, and even no matter what happens tonight and next week, I'd probably still say 2019 LSU is the greatest team I've ever seen. But Indiana can enter that conversation, and given how many games they have to win to get the national championship, they probably would have a more dominant run. So, what a year! What a year! And you're not going anywhere either. That's something maybe not a lot of people have grasped yet. Like, they're probably going to win the championship, and they're going to be back at it next year. You bring in Josh Hoover from TCU, the offense is probably going to be good again. You got Cignetti sticking around for the long run. He's probably going to keep coaching you guys up. Indiana's probably going to be good once again. This team's going nowhere. If I'm a fan of another Big Ten team, I'm a little disappointed by what I'm seeing tonight. You're seeing just how dominant Indiana can be. This team is for real. Well, we got the commercial break here. When we return, Oregon is down 42-7. This game is over. I said at halftime, if Indiana scores in the opening possession here, we'll call it. The game is over. At this point, should Indiana just rest starters for next week? I mean, what even is the point of keeping that in? You're up 35. You're not going to blow it. Maybe don't rest all of your starters, but put some of them in. Why not? Let them rest up. I'm also not going to be throwing the ball a lot more. I want to play this as safely as I can if I'm Indiana. Yeah, Devin actually has been on the stream before, a while ago. What did he do? When was Devin on? That was when I was out and about, right? He was on... Was he on for the draft? Devin is a Tampa fan, so it's an interesting dynamic, to say the least. His team missed the playoffs. Alright, game returning here shortly. It's 42-7. Game is over, but I will stay on for now, at least. We've had a few people in here the whole time, so thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the reaction and commentary. There's not really been a lot to say here. It's just all Indiana. Absolute blowout. Good for them. Good for their fans. Not good for our entertainment specifically, but hopefully you guys are at least enjoying the reactions and commentary. He was on for the draft. Yeah, and I couldn't make it to the draft. And, oh yeah, you did something when I was in Yellowstone. But that was the last time, I think. If we want to play the what if game for this exact game, by the way, there was they were really close to having an Oregon turnover on that last possession when Fernando Mendoza fumbled the ball. Oregon could have jumped on that, But Indiana had a guy right there, just perfectly placed to be able to get that. If Oregon could have jumped on that ball, they still have a little bit of life, but no, it looks like it's going to be over here. Oregon from the 25, we'll see if they can still fight it out, try to make this look more respectable. It's a pitch here on 1st and 10 from the 25, and he's got some blocks. He makes it across the 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh my goodness, it's a foot race. He might be gone across the 35, 30, 20, inside the 10, and now he's going to go down inside the 5. A huge run for the Ducks. It's about 30 minutes too late, but that's a huge run for the Ducks. 1st and goal, Oregon. It's far too late, but good for you. De'Ara Hill with a 71-yard run. All right. One heck of a run. At least he had a good play in this game. Hey. 1st and goal now for the Ducks at the 4-yard line. Moore to take the snap. Player in motion. He takes it. He's going to keep it. He throws into the end zone. 50-50 ball. That is incomplete. But there is a flag throw, and they might get him for PI. A run like that, I wish we'd seen that in the first half. Pass interference is called on the defense. Foul occurred in the end zone, so the ball is going to be placed at the 2-yard line. So, yeah. Man, such a great play, great run. It's going to be wasted on this game. 1st and goal from the 2 coming up. Fernando Mendoza. There you go. That's Heisman-doza to you. Heisman-doza. I look forward to seeing how he does in the league. I'll be rooting for him personally. Rooting for him. I'm a fan of his. Moore to take the snap. You're going to hand this ball off. And that's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown. The Ducks finally strike again. Far too late. That's going to cut the lead to 29. Yep. Yeah, there's not much to say. And they are going to go for 2 here. Okay, so what is the math there? They get the 2 here. It's 15. Get another 8 points, 23, then 31, 39. I guess that's technically true. You're going to have to convert on several 2-point attempts, but it doesn't matter at this point. You might as well. 0 for 3 on 2-point conversions this season. Ball at the 3-yard line. We'll see if they can make it 42-15. Empty backfield from Moore. 4 receivers to his right. He's looking to his left. One-on-one matchup. It is complete. Good catch there by the receiver for 2 points. That's going to make it 42-15. What a score that is, you guys. All right. Great drive by the Ducks. It happened far too late in this game. Far too late. You hate to see it. Shout out to Hill on that big run. That's got to feel good at least. There haven't been a lot of positives for Oregon in this one, but at least that specific player gets to feel good. Just need another 4 touchdowns. Very doable indeed. Anything is possible, right? 23. No, actually, just 3 more touchdowns if they keep converting on 2-point conversions. They can get to 23, 31, 39, and then kick a field goal to tie it up. Can you imagine? Imagine making a 35-point comeback. That's not happening. Not happening, but yeah, I don't think Indiana's going to let up, though. I think they're going to keep playing as if it's a close game. Keep doing whatever they got to do. I absolutely expect them to score another touchdown. At this rate, I assume they're going to crack 50 points, but we'll see how close Oregon can make it look. Turnovers kill you, man. Just 3 in the first half. Set up 21 points for Indiana, and that's going to be the story of this game. Well, despite the game being poor, again, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying, and we'll stay on for now. Hey, if you haven't subbed yet, we are only 2 away from our goal of 500, so we'd appreciate if you could help us out. We do a lot of streams on this channel. Mostly NFL streams. We've been doing more college football lately, but we have a lot of NFL streams coming up this week, and we'll be on for Panthers, Rams tomorrow, and then Packers, Bears. And we'll probably do a couple of games on Sundays, so hey, if you're interested in the NFL, stay tuned for that. We'll stay on for this game for now. I don't know if I'll stay on for the whole game, just for now. I like being able to say that we didn't quit on the game and we made it through to the end, but I feel like considering Oregon basically has quit on this game, not really, but the score says it. Given the score, we should be allowed to call it quits here, but it's not like I have anything else to do here on a Friday night, so yeah. Got a commercial break here. Indiana's offense set to take the field when we return. At this point, I kind of wonder, should Oregon just go for the onside kick? What's the harm at this point? Eventually, you are going to have to just go for the onside kicks. You're going to get that desperate. All right, return to the game now. Mendoza in the offense set to take the field. I still think it would make sense for them to rest some starters. Keep your guys healthy for the championship that you are probably going to be playing in next week. Another issue I have with college football, by the way, is when the championship takes place. One, it is far too late in the year after a lot of team seasons have ended. Two, it's always on a Monday night. Why? Why are we doing that? It could be on a weekend. Saturdays are for college football, but unless it's the playoff games or the championship, then Saturdays don't have anything. Oregon set to kick off here. No onside kick, it looks like. See if Indiana bothers returning this one. 7:50 on the clock. Technically, there's time left in the game. Oregon kicks off. We'll see what happens here. Indiana just going to let this go out in the end zone for the touchback. Again, knowing Indiana, I assume they're not going to let up. They're going to keep playing football. They're going to keep throwing if they need to. The way they've looked, I imagine they're just going to score again. Score again on Oregon. Championship is set for January 19th, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. I don't know why we have to wait that long for the game. Mid-January championship, what are we doing? Mendoza set to take the snap, going to hand this ball off to the running back, and oh, he's got some room. He gets a first down and more. Oh my gosh. He might be gone. We'll see. Well, can they catch him? They catch him inside the 15. But there is a flag. We'll see if this comes back. Kalen Black, if the stance has taken this ball inside the Oregon 15, this might be coming back. They get him for holding. It's holding on the offense. That negates a huge run. It doesn't matter, but that's tough for the player. Alrighty then. And Oregon's got an injured player down. You hate to see that. Don't know who it is. Don't know what happened, but hopefully he's okay. The crowd is booing like crazy right now. They do not like the penalty call there. But it is what it is. We'll see the replay. Maybe they're right. Yeah, the guy they called it on, I don't think that's a hold. Either they made a bad call or they set the wrong number. Yeah, that seems like a questionable call, but look, Indiana, you can't just be blowing out your opponent like that. It'll be 1st and 20 now. I imagine they're going to hand it off again and then probably throw on one of the following plays. Ball at their own 15-yard line now. Oregon's defense has a chance here to finally get a stop and get off the field. It's been a minute since they did. And the clock is running for some reason. It shouldn't be running. The clock was running. They're going to stop the clock and reset it at 7:36. It was down to 7:20. Clock should not have been running there, so they fixed that. It is 1st and 20 now. Ball at the 15. Mendoza set to take the snap here. Hemby to his left. Going to give Black a break after that large run. Player in motion. Mendoza takes the snap. Hands this ball off like we thought. And he's not going to get very far. Gains about 2 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 18 or 17 coming up. I mean, if we want to explore the crazy hypothetical of Oregon making a comeback, they are set up to get a 3-and-out on this possession. Get possession, and if they were to score again, it could be 42-23, just hypothetically. I don't believe. I'm just laying out the hypothetical because that's all we have. And then from there, they just have to keep getting stops and keep getting scores. It's possible. Under 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Mendoza, running back to his left, takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Looking to throw. He's got all day, and he does throw. It's going to be complete. It's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down. He goes down around the 30-yard line. We're exploring the hypothetical of them getting a 3-and-out here, and Mendoza's just going to throw for the first down on the next play, isn't he? We'll see. We'll see. 3rd and 4. They gave him a good spot there if that's 3rd and 4. He was down at the 30. Okay. Mendoza set to take the snap. 3rd and 4. Down to 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Dropping back to pass. Looking to throw. He's on the run now. He does throw. It's going to be caught on the sideline. That's Surratt for the 1st down. They're not letting up. They're not letting up. I mean, Oregon, you have them 2nd and 18. If you can't get a stop there, how are you supposed to make the comeback? Indiana's going to go downfield and score again, aren't they? Mendoza has 3 incompletions in 2 playoff games and 7 touchdowns. I'm not sure anyone can grasp how ridiculous that is. Like, I read that and I'm just kind of thinking, okay, that's cool. Sounds about right. But that's insane. Against a good Oregon defense, he is 15 of 16, 172 through the air, and 4 touchdowns. Got a handoff here that's going to go for about 3 yards. Drop this 50 burger. It seems like they're going to hang 50 on Oregon. Yeah, they really might. I still want the comeback to happen because I want it to be close, but total domination works too. Good for Indiana. And hey, if Indiana can build up a roster, have an elite head coach, and win a championship, who else could? Why not Vanderbilt at some point? You know, why not Kentucky? Why not Purdue? Sorry, Indiana fans, y'all don't want that. Shouldn't say Purdue. How about a Pac-12 team? The new Pac-12. Got a handoff here on 2nd and 6. Hard-fought run there. Going to make it about 3rd and 2 coming up. Be interesting to see if they opt to run on 3rd and short here, or if they try to throw for the 1st down once again. Given that Mendoza only has 1 incompletion, if they opt to throw, it's probably going to work. I mean, highly efficient Mendoza. Highest Mendoza. 3rd and 3 coming up. It's a short 3 then, because pretty sure that was only 3rd and 2, but okay. Mendoza takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Good protection. He throws, and that is going to be overthrown. Surprisingly enough, it's incomplete. They're going to face 4th down. And you know what? Just go for it at this point. 4th and 3. They'll probably punt, right? Oh. Yeah, Mendoza going off the field now. I guess they're going to punt. It's probably the right call. So Oregon gets a stop. Kind of. Doesn't feel like it, but they got to stop. They're going to get the ball back. They have very little life, but life is still there. Money talks, great tradition walks. True that. That is the NIL era, right? Transfer portal. And this ball is going to go inside the 5. Great punt by Indiana. Great special teams play. Oregon has a long way to go. Based on how the game has been going, this is probably not going to work out for them. Great punt by Indiana. Everything going right for them. Man. But yeah, money talks, great tradition walks. That basically sums up college football these days. It feels like anyone can be good now. And I think that's a lot of fun for the sport. As a Georgia fan, it makes life more difficult for my team. But for the betterment of college football, for entertainment, I think that's pretty cool. I just think it needs to be structured better because I think it's absolutely a mess. And I also miss tradition and loyalty to schools. But at least the mess of college football right now has paved the way for good stories like Indiana. And Vanderbilt was a good story until we realized how obnoxious Diego Pavia is. All right, this game specifically, it is 42-15. Oregon has the ball at their own 5-yard line. They finally get a stop on defense, and it's going to be horrible field position. We'll see if they can do anything with it. I don't feel good about it for them. Mendoza with just his 2nd incompletion of the day, playing lights out. He's a beast, man. I was talking earlier about his NFL potential. I don't know how high it is. I'm not saying that negatively. It's just a general, I don't know. I don't know what NFL scouts think. just watching him play, I would think he has the ability to be a very good NFL quarterback, but we'll see. I'll be rooting for him. I really like Mendoza. I like listening to his interviews and his post-game stuff. As a Panthers fan, at one point this year, I thought we'd be picking in the top 10. So I was scouting quarterbacks thinking, if we're picking top 10, we're drafting a new quarterback. And Mendoza quickly became my QB1. This is like week 2 or 3 of college football or so. Something around then. Really liked Mendoza. I'm really rooting for him wherever he goes in the league, unless it's to a division rival, I guess. But I'll be rooting for him personally. Oh man, we got 499. Hey, thank you to subscriber 499. We are 1 away from 500. That's been our goal. It's been our next big goal for a while now. So hey, if you're listening and you haven't subbed yet, and you enjoy what you're hearing, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. It's completely free and it helps us out greatly. How cool is that? How cool is that? I mean, we were at 100 subs last spring during the NFL draft, right? That was around when we hit 100. Because that was in June. That was the day I realized I was coming home from Yellowstone, I think. So that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. So hey, who wants to be lucky number 500? Our goal of 500 initially, we were trying to get it by the start of 2026. We came up a little bit short though. But we've had a good start to the year so far. Hopefully we can get there. Hopefully we can get there. Back to the topic of Mendoza, though. I'm a big fan of his. I personally will be rooting for him. I don't say that about just anyone, you know. Like, Dante Moore, I have nothing against the guy, but I also don't have any reason to just really, really root for him. Mendoza, I've just taken a liking to, so hopefully he goes somewhere where he will be set up for success, and hopefully he does a good job there. Here we go, ball at the 5. It's a handoff for Oregon, and he's going to get about 3 or 4 yards. We have 500. Hey, heck yeah. Thank you so much, lucky number 500. We appreciate the heck out of you. Let's go. We reached our goal. All right, man. Hey, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. We're working hard around here trying to keep growing the channel. Our ambitious goal at the end of the year is 1,000 subs. I think we can hit it. We've gained 400 since June. Since the start of June, we were at 100, so we've gained 400 since then. Hopefully we can keep pushing and getting there. Around here, we are primarily an NFL channel. We do a lot of NFL streams, but we are getting more and more into college football. We've covered both the semifinals games now. The game last night was a lot more fun to cover, I'm not going to lie, but at least we're witnessing the feel-good story of Indiana football. Ball at the 8-yard line now, 2nd and 7, down to 3.5 minutes here in the third quarter. Dante Moore to take the snap. It's going to be another handoff, a little surprisingly, and Indiana is all over that. They're going to lose a yard. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up. I mean, why are you running the ball here if you want to make a comeback? Yikes. Oh, hold up. We got a late flag here. See what that's going to be. I didn't see anything happen. 501. Hey, thank you to number 501. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Oh, hold up. Personal foul face mask on the offense after the play. The down counts and the penalty is going to be enforced half the distance of the goal. Oh man, yeah, that's you're both on the ground. Why are you grabbing the guy's face mask? There's literally no reason to do that. There's no benefit to that. What are you doing? Oh, wow. So Oregon's probably about to go 3 and out here, you would think. But we'll see. 3rd and 11 now. Let's see. Ball at the 3.5-yard line. Moore in his own end zone. Takes a snap, dropping back to pass. He throws deep. It's going to be 50-50 bomb. I think he caught that. Heck of a catch there. Heck of a catch there. My goodness. He went up for that. It was underthrown by Moore. If he has a bigger arm and he can put that in front of the guy, that would have been a really big play. Great catch by the receiver there. You could have an argument for DPI, too. Like, the defender's all over him at the end. I don't know how he caught that. Good grief. As bad of a game as this has been, you know, given the score, as lopsided as it's been, we've seen a few really big plays. Great catch by the receiver there. Underthrown by Moore, but you had to take a shot and you got it. Whew, 43-yard gain there. That's going to set them up near midfield. We got an injured Indiana player. I don't know who that is. I don't know what happened, but hopefully he's okay. I posed the hypothetical earlier that Indiana may be interested in pulling some starters at some point, given how lopsided it is. I know it's not over till it's over, but still, you're probably playing for a championship next week. You don't want to risk these guys getting injured. So hopefully that guy will be okay. They've had a couple of players injured this quarter now. Man. No, Indiana's a great story. I haven't heard from anyone rooting against them except, Oregon fans, because obviously if you're an Oregon fan, you're rooting against Indiana here. But in general, I think a lot of people are really pulling for Indiana. It's a great story. Not a lot of success in that program's history. So I hope they're enjoying it while it's here. I don't think that team is going anywhere given that they keep winning in the transfer portal. Bringing in Josh Hoover next season, he's probably going to do well in this offense. Indiana's not going anywhere. They're here to stay. And I think that's a great story. And I think if they can do it, just about anyone, any power team can probably do it too. Indiana this year, Indiana last year too, they were good. Who else can make this jump? You look around the country, you got Vanderbilt playing some good football. I guess you could look at Northwestern if you want to stay in the Big Ten. That's another team that's traditionally not been very good. And I'm not trying to take shots at Indiana here or anything, just bringing up their history. I don't think your fans really care too strongly about that right now. You're living the moment and enjoy it. As a football fan, I'm just posing hypotheticals here. Who else could make this large of a leap, like Indiana? I guess just about any ACC team, right? There are a lot of ACC teams that are just not very good. Hard to imagine, though. Big 12? I don't know. It's just a great story. Just putting that into perspective. Indiana being able to do this, it's amazing. And also, we've mentioned a couple times tonight, they don't have a very stacked roster in terms of, blue chip talent. You don't have all these 5-star recruits littered across the roster like you do on the opposite side of the ball. Oregon's got a very, very talented roster in terms of recruiting and just how they're viewed. You don't really have that with Indiana on paper. But you watch them play, and you think you're watching one of the greater college football teams we've seen. I don't think you're going to see a lot of people saying that because it's Indiana, so it's not going to be a popular talking point in sports media. I could be wrong on that. It's just my guess. But like last year, 10-2 Ohio State ran the table in the playoffs, and everyone's saying, "Oh, this is one of the greatest runs we've ever seen." It's a 10-2 team. This is not. It was a great run, but it's not like they're. Some people are saying they're one of the greatest teams of all time. No, that's a bit much. They lost to their rival Michigan at the end of the year. Down season for that team. Indiana, you can make that argument here. If they win it all, and I feel very confident about their chances right now, they win it all, they're going to go 16-0 with 2 blowout wins against Oregon and Alabama in the playoffs. It's pretty remarkable. Like, that is up there with 2019 LSU. Moore gets the ball out pretty fast. Here's a screen play, 1st and 10. Takes it across midfield, gets some blocks, and gets the first down across the 40 or down at the 40. So, hey, Oregon's offense is finally moving the ball. It's just far too late, probably. You're going to need Indiana to turn the ball over a couple of times here to fully make this comeback. Moore takes the snap, dropping back to pass. They only bring 3. He throws across the field. It is thrown out of bounds. Not really sure why you even threw that. Just an inaccurate throw, probably. He has no reason to throw it away. Didn't really have a lot of pressure, so it's just an inaccurate throw. Incomplete, out of bounds. 2:07 on the clock here in the third quarter. All 3 timeouts for both teams for whatever that's worth. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Ducks. All right. So if Oregon, I just want to explore the hypothetical. I'm not against you, Indiana. Just exploring the hypothetical. If they score 8 on this drive, that makes it a 19-point game. They have life. They hand it off on 2nd and 10. They get barely anywhere. 1 yard gained. Don't know why you're doing that. Takes us under 2 minutes, keeps the clock running, and it'll be 3rd and long. But yeah, exploring the probably unlikely hypothetical that Oregon gets a touchdown and 2-point conversion. That makes it 42-23, and then it's a 3-possession game. Probably not going to go their way, but makes it interesting. Ball at the Indiana 39 now. Moore, what's he going to do here? What have you got? Running back to his right, Dante Moore needs to make a play on 3rd and 9. Running back moves to his left. He takes the snap. He hands it off, surprisingly, and the running back actually gets really close to the first down marker. I'm really surprised they opt to run on 3rd and 9. but I suppose that worked out for them, and they're going to have to go for it here on 4th and short. If they don't convert here, I will even more strongly question the decision to run on 3rd and 9. I guess you decided at that point it's 4-down territory, so you can run if you want to, and they wanted to. 4th and 1, under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. A long way to go for the Ducks in this game. They have to have this conversion to have any life. Moore under center, running back behind him. He's going to flick it to the running back. He's not going to get a lot of help here. It's nowhere near the first down. Indiana defense all over that, man. Why are you pitching it? I mean, you're 1 yard out. If you're going to run it, I would have thought QB sneak or maybe handoff to the running back right behind you, but you go for the pitch. I mean, great execution by the Indiana defense. That's all we can really say. Can you show us the game, please? I've been looking all over. None of it was there. I wish I could. I wish I could do that, but it would get taken down immediately, unfortunately. No one else has it up? I'm a little surprised. There's always someone who has it up, but it gets taken down and then they just bring it back. But sorry, man. Hopefully you can find it elsewhere, but I cannot do that here. Indiana now has the lead 42-15. 37 seconds to go here. Just going to hand it off, and that is probably going to end the quarter. Run goes for about 3 yards, makes it up to the 35, and no reason to snap it again. That'll take it to the end of the 3rd. All Indiana. Any small amount of life that Oregon had there probably has been squashed there by the 4th down fail. Again, I don't like the play call. Obviously, you have to go for it on 4th and short there. I didn't like running it on 3rd and 9 before that. I didn't like pitching it on 4th and 1. All right, sure. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. And yeah, that officially ends the 3rd quarter. 42-15. All Indiana. Again, the 3 first-half turnovers playing the biggest role in this game. Not really much more to say. Just all Indiana. Congratulations to them. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. We got 1 quarter of play here remaining. 42-15. The odds of Oregon scoring 4 touchdowns here are extremely remote. Or 3 touchdowns and 2-point conversions and a field goal. It's not happening, but I think it's more likely that Indiana just blows them out here, honestly. Alright, at this point, we may as well just stay on for the remainder of the game. We battled it out through the 3rd quarter, so we'll stay on here and see if anything can happen, I guess. At this point, it's just sticking it out to the end to say that we stuck it out to the end. So, hey, hopefully you guys are enjoying the reaction and commentary. There's not really a whole lot to say because it's all Indiana. If you are enjoying and you haven't subbed yet, we'd appreciate if you would. We just made it over 500 subs today, so thank you to the people who have subbed. We appreciate that. But if you're enjoying, we'd appreciate if you would subscribe as well. It's completely free and it costs you nothing, and that way you catch all of our future stuff. And we got a lot of streams coming up this weekend. We'll do Panthers-Rams tomorrow because I am a Panthers fan, so got to be on for my team's first playoff game in 8 years, right? And we'll do Bears-Packers tomorrow night. Remains to be seen if we do the College Football National Championship game. We might. We might. That might also be another blowout. I hate to say it for Miami fans, but I don't think that's going to be a good matchup. You know, we were talking about that earlier, how those teams may match up. I don't see Miami's offense doing much against this Indiana defense. Like, for Miami's offense to work, they generally need to be able to run the ball. At least from what I have seen, they need to run the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball on the Indiana defense. I don't see it happening. So you're going to need Carson Beck to play really good football, and he's capable of making plays. He's capable of having a good game. I don't see it against this Indiana defense. I don't think he can do enough to get them a win. Miami's path to victory is in their defense. They're going to need a lot of big plays on defense, a lot of big stops. They need to minimalize what the Indiana offense does. With how they're looking tonight against a good Oregon defense, though, I don't really see that being the case. For Miami to have a chance in that game, they need the NFL talent on their defensive line to basically wreck the game. And they need Miami to they need Indiana to make mistakes as well, which that's not something that Indiana really does. To beat Indiana, you have to play a really clean game of football, take whatever you can get against them, and hope that they can't outscore you. That's basically, from what I gather, that's what it is. Again, it just reminds me a lot of a Nick Saban Alabama team. Right? No shade on Miami. They played a great game against Ole Miss. I struggle to see them doing anything on this defense. I would say the Indiana defense is probably a little better than the Ohio State defense. Definitely better than the A&M defense, and Miami's offense didn't do a ton in either of those games. 17 points on offense against Ohio State. 10 points on offense against Texas A&M. I don't think they cracked 20 points against Indiana. I think Indiana will crack 20 points, so... We got a passing play from Indiana here to start the fourth quarter. It's a screen play, goes for about 2 yards, so that'll be third down coming up. A little surprised that they are throwing, but alright. Again, I would probably pull some starters by now. The game should be out of reach. The game is essentially over. You don't want to risk any injury here. We'll see what they do here on third down. Probably going to be throwing here, probably going to convert based on how the game's gone. Mendoza back to his left to take the snap here. Dropping back to pass. He's got all day. Rolling out to his right now. He throws across the field. It is going to be... Oh, his receiver got trampled down. No flag? I would have thought they'd throw the flag there. The crowd is booing. They do not like that. They want the flag. I'll have to see the replay, but I thought the defender just tripped him up. It's not like he just stumbled, right? Let's see. Yeah, I think that's definitely enough to throw the flag. I'm with the crowd on that one. I would have thrown the flag for PI. But they do not, so it is an incompletion, I think the third one of the game for Mendoza, and Indiana has to punt on fourth down. Down 27, Oregon's going to get the ball. Caught at the 19, they're going to return it. Running sideways and not going to make progress. No, he broke a tackle. Made it up to the 29-yard line. Good for him. Good for him. But there is a flag down, so probably a hold in the back or something. Yikes. And for Mendoza, that was indeed his third incompletion of the game. He still has more touchdown passes than incompletions in the playoffs thus far. And it's a hold on the receiving team, so Oregon can't even enjoy that decent return. It's going to be bad field position again. Good grief. Yeah, Indiana is blowing them out. They had started the game with a pick six, so that set the tone immediately, and then Moore had 2 fumbles in the first half, so 21 points off turnovers in the first half for Indiana. They were up 35-7 at halftime, and it's just Oregon can't do anything. They can't make the comeback here. 42-15 as we go to commercial here. 14 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Indiana's got this pretty much wrapped up. Set to face Miami next week. Once again, I think they match up really well with Miami. I wouldn't be surprised if we have another blowout next week. For the sake of entertainment, I hope not. But the way Indiana looks, I kind of expect a blowout. We'll see if Miami can put forth a respectable performance. But we got the commercial break here. We'll go through some of the stats now. We haven't done that in a minute. Again, Mendoza has 3 incompletions today, total. So he has more passing touchdowns in the playoffs than he has incompletions, which is completely ridiculous. I'm not sure we've ever seen that before. So we'll start with Indiana here. Mendoza, 16 of 19, 174, 4 touchdowns. Roman Himby, 16 carries for 51. Kalen Black, 11 carries for 40. Mendoza, 5 for 26. Receiving, Elijah Surratt has 6 for 72 and the touchdown. Had that incredible one-handed catch earlier in the game. You got Charlie Becker, 2 for 48 and 1 deep touchdown earlier. Omar Cooper, only 3 for 17, but he does have the touchdown. Yeah, pretty bad, or pretty good for Indiana. Bad for Oregon, as Moore has 11 for 17, 168, 1 touchdown. But the pick 6 to start the game and 2 fumbles that resulted directly in 2 Indiana touchdowns. Hill has 5 for 86, almost all of that on one 70-yard run to start the third quarter. Jay Harris has 14 for 34 and 1 touchdown. Bad day for him. Moore's been sacked probably 4 times now. Not much to say receiving-wise, nothing crazy. Just a bad day for Oregon. All Indiana just balling out. Yeah, they came out of nowhere this year. Good for them. It's funny, they shouldn't have come out of nowhere. I mean, they won a lot of games last year, and they lost the playoff game, and most people kind of wrote them off. I I mean, I guess I kind of did a little bit. I had them winning 9 games, and missing the playoffs as the first team out. 9 or 10 games, first team out of the playoffs. I whiffed on that. That was a bad take by me in the preseason. Whoops. No, good for them though. We've talked about it tonight. They've taken a lot of losses. Second most losses in college football, I believe, all time. They were the worst previously, but this year has fixed that, fortunately for them. Good for them. They've never had a season anything like this, and now, if this keeps up, it's going to be one of the most dominant runs in college football history. If they win it next week, they'd be 16-0, dominating Oregon and Alabama in the playoffs, which dominating Alabama isn't what it used to be, but no one else has quite dominated Bama like Indiana did. So, even saying Indiana dominated Alabama, it's a wild sentence. So I echo that sentiment. Good for them. Good for them. I will be rooting for Indiana against Miami. Complete one of the best feel-good stories we've had in a while. Moore takes the snap here. He's going to get this throw out pretty fast. It's going to lose a yard. That was a bad play. Indiana's defense all over it. Curt Cignetti's still looking angry as if this is a close game. Good for him. He's locked in. Under 14 minutes to go here until the game is ended, and Indiana's celebrating, man. 14 minutes away from celebrating, going to the natty. Moore going to throw on 2nd and 11. Nice spin move by the receiver to gain a few extra yards, but it's still 3rd and 6 coming up. Again, at what point does Indiana just take starters out? Got to keep your guys healthy for next week. If I'm Miami, I'm still happy to just even be in the championship, but 2, I am terrified. I really fear for Miami in this matchup. I don't think their offense is going to do much. Moore takes a hit and nearly picked off. Barely got that throw off in time. He should have been picked off at the 25, but it falls incomplete. It is 4th and 6. We'll see if Oregon officially punts on the game here with an actual punt on the field, or if they'll just go for it and, yeah, bad spot for them here. 4th and 6, 13-12 on the clock here. See what we get. And looks like they're going to punt. Down 27, it is 4th and 6 in their own territory. They are going to punt. If Oregon punts on the game, then so do we, right? What a performance by the Hoosiers. 3 first-half turnovers. I maintain my stance. They didn't do anything crazy in this game. They didn't do anything too special. What it is extremely high-level executing. That's what this is. They're dialed in. They're locked in. They're not making these stupid mistakes. Oregon's got the 3 first-half turnovers. They can't protect their quarterback. Everything going right for them. They execute at an extremely high level. And that's all they've needed tonight, so good for them. Oregon to punt. Oh my gosh, they blocked the punt. You can't make this up. They blocked the punt, and they're going to take over at the Oregon 6-yard line. What did Oregon do to deserve this? I mean, seriously. You cannot make this up. They are down 27, and instead of trying to get a first down, they decided to punt because, the game's over anyway. You may as well punt. And they blocked the punt. This team does not quit. There's no mercy. This is the Cobra Kai of college football is what it feels like. That's ridiculous. They take over at the 7-yard line of Indiana. It's absurd. Cignetti still looks like he is so upset about something. It's amazing. Mendoza takes the snap here at the 7. Back to his left, going to hand this ball off, and he's going to get met pretty quickly. Makes it to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 5 coming up. Under 13 minutes to play now. The game is over. It's a 27-point lead, and they go out and block a punt. It's ridiculous. I hope they haven't used up all their big plays in this game, though. Save some fireworks for next week. Wild. 2nd and goal now from the 5. Taking their time here. May as well drain the clock as much as you can. Mendoza, they got him beat to the left of him. Again, why are starters still in? I don't know. Hands this ball off. And no, Mendoza keeps it himself. Gains about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 3 coming up. I don't like a QB run here. Please don't get Mendoza hurt. Please. Please. Oi. Yep. We're going to stay on till the end of the game because I want to be able to say that we stayed on till the end of the game. Only once have we ever ended a stream short before the end of a game. That was week 1 of the NFL. The Bears choked a 4th quarter lead, so we actually regretted ending that one. It was a boring game up until that point, of course. There's no risk of a comeback at this point, but we're still going to stay on. Looks like Cignetti is going to call a timeout here as the play clock winds down. 11:41 here on the clock in the 4th quarter. Still ridiculous. You're up 27 points, and then you go out and block a punt. You're going to add on to the lead. I'm not hating. Don't hear me hating on it. It's just, it's absurd to me. The way this game is played out. I mean, genuinely, everything has gone wrong for Oregon in this game. I don't know how bad your luck has to be. High-level execution for Indiana. And it sucks for Oregon fans, too, because a year ago, you take the one loss of the season that you had in the playoffs, a blowout loss to Ohio State. It was 34-0 at halftime, I think. Something like that. And then this year, you take one loss in the regular season, it's to Indiana, and you think, okay, it's fine. We win out. We're going to get another shot at them. And you do. And it's so much worse than it was the first time you played. First time these teams played, it was close in the 4th quarter. Back in 4th game, Indiana pulled away late with some turnovers late in the game. And here, it's never close. Never close. Start with a pick 6, then Oregon gets a touchdown, then Indiana answers with a touchdown on their opening drive. And since then, it's all Indiana. Ridiculous, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what Indiana does to Miami next week. I really don't think that's a good matchup for Miami, but you know what? I have been wrong 3 times about Miami so far in the playoffs. I'm prepared to be wrong again. Now, Indiana's a great story, though. Tied for the most losses at one point this year. Maybe they had the most losses at one point this year, and then they passed on that title, so they only have the 2nd most losses of any college football team ever. And good for them. Like I said earlier, if this team can build a championship-worthy roster, make it to the national championship, and quite possibly win it, they're going to be favored by at least 7 next week, I imagine. If they can do all that, who else can do it? Who's next? Who is the next Indiana? Is there another Indiana, or is this just an anomaly? Cignetti going to Indiana, of all places, and being one of the best coaches in college football. Mendoza being the best quarterback in college football, arguably. It all just came together for Indiana. What are the odds? Will this ever happen again? Is there another Indiana? Return to the game here shortly. 3rd and goal. And they have it on the broadcast here. Dan Lanning has been outscored 91-18 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in 2 games. 91-18. I mean, it's hard to get much worse than that. And it's about to get worse. Indiana's about to score here, so it is going to get worse. It's just, that's unbelievably bad. And I think Lanning is a good coach. He's one of the better coaches in college football. To see his team come out like this is really stunning to me. All right, 11:41 here, now 3rd and goal. Mendoza running back to his right. We'll see if they get aggressive here. I'm sure they're about to throw it into the end zone. Let's see, player in motion. Mendoza takes the snap, looking to throw to his left. Doesn't see it, throws across the field. It's in the end zone. Touchdown, Elijah Surratt. Add on to that lead, Indiana. Make it look even worse. Capitalize on everything Oregon gives you. High-level execution. What more is there to say? One of the most dominant performances we've seen in a college football game. College football playoff game. That is the 5th touchdown for Fernando Mendoza in this game. I don't think he even has 200 yards as well. Not hating or anything. I'm just saying that's remarkable. 5 touchdowns for Mendoza. The PAT is good here. That makes it 49-15. Mendoza 17 of 20, 5 touchdowns, 177 yards. Again, Indiana has not done anything too crazy, too special. They're just high-level execution. 3 turnovers on the blocked punt. If you look at the box score, ignoring turnovers, Indiana's only outgained Oregon by 30 yards in this game. You would not have guessed that based on the score. They've only outgained them by 30 yards, only have 2 more first downs, 1 less penalty. Converting 10 of 13 third downs is insane. Time of possession, they are winning that by about 8 minutes. 7 minutes. The main thing, though, is the 3 turnovers by the Ducks, setting up 21 points for Indiana, and then another 7 coming off the block punt. So, turnovers on the block punt, that's a 28-point swing in this game. Aside from that, it would be 21-15. That's how big of an impact the turnovers have. It's amazing. Indiana kicks off here. We'll see if Oregon does anything. At this point, you're just playing for pride and hoping it doesn't get even worse. Given that the comeback's not going to happen, now I'm just hoping they get to 50 points because why not? Let's get the 50. What a game. What a game. I was hoping this would be a lot of fun to watch. It's not. It's not been fun. I can't lie. Indiana fans, you guys should be having the times of your lives right now. It's a lot of fun for you guys. Enjoy it. Enjoy the feeling. Soak it all in. You never know how many championship appearances you're going to get. So, how many appearances you're going to get in the national championship. You're getting 1 at least. Enjoy it. Moore going to go for a screenplay here, and he's going to lose 2 or 3 yards. So, yikes. Yeah, Indiana fans, good for you. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I'm not saying this is the only time you'll ever make it to the championship, because I don't think you guys are going anywhere. But really, a lot changes in college football year to year. You never know what'll happen next. So, take it all in. Enjoy it. Have fun going to the championship, and good luck against Miami. Quick screenplay here. It's going to go nowhere. It's going to be 3rd and 12 coming up. I mean, Oregon punted on the game on their last possession when they literally punted. And then, that got blocked, so Indiana scored again. Oregon knows it's over. We're just kind of dragging out the clock here. Now would be a good time for the Indiana backups to get some playtime. Oregon taking their time here, just killing the clock. The game will end sooner rather than later, officially. Signetti still looks mad, as he should, of course. Indiana's only up by 34 points. Empty backfield for Moore, takes a snap, pressure comes, barely gets rid of it, it's caught, and hey, he's going to get the first down. There's something positive, I guess. Yeah, not really any positives for Oregon, though, coming out of this game. Just tough way to end the season for you guys. I'm sure they're going to be fine moving forward. A loss like this might make Dante Moore want to come back to school. We'll see. Moore throws here, nearly picked off. Should have been picked off. That's the 3rd pass he's thrown that should have been picked off. Incomplete, though, 2nd and 10. Signetti's going to be yelling at that defender. 9:54 remaining here on the clock. I think with this performance, Mendoza probably did secure his spot as QB1 in the upcoming NFL draft. I don't know if he'll go first overall or not. It depends on if the Raiders really like him, because you don't draft a quarterback at first overall unless you think he can be the franchise guy, not just a guy, the franchise guy, top type of player in the league. I'm guessing he's going to go 1 overall to the Raiders, and they're going to be happy to have him. We got a catch and run here for a first down into Indiana territory. Doesn't matter at this point, but at least they're moving the ball. Joe Burrow, they're saying on the broadcast, is the last quarterback to win the Heisman Trophy and the national championship in the same season, so Mendoza could break that streak here. It's been a while since that happened. He'll be favored to. Moore looking to throw. Pressure's coming here, rolling out to his left. He's going to have to throw on the run. He does throw, and throws up a duck out of bounds. That was rough. That was rough. Clock stops at 9:22 here. Unfortunately, I'd like the clock to keep running. Again, Oregon fans, I'm sorry. This sucks. I have nothing against Oregon, so I can feel bad for their fans. I'd hate it if my team's season ended like this. A game away from the championship in which you would have been favored. I guarantee you Oregon would have been favored over Miami. And this is a very good Oregon team. They just had too many things go wrong. And you make mistakes like the mistakes they made tonight against this Indiana team, they're going to punish you. Moore checks this down here in 2nd and 10. Goes for about 5 yards. Be 3rd and 5 coming up. Bleh. Clock is running here. We'll be under 9 minutes shortly. 3rd and 4. They gave him a good spot in that one. 4 down territory for the Ducks because who cares if they kick a field goal, right? Might as well just go for it all. 8:45 now on the clock. They're huddled up. They're about to take the snap here. Ball to 35 of Indiana. Moore with a running back to his right. Moving alignment around. He's going to call a timeout, though. Going to call a timeout. Well, there's nothing new to say, you guys. I feel pretty confident that Indiana is going to beat Miami and be the national champions. So congratulations. That's awesome. Heck of an accomplishment. We'll see if Miami's NFL talent on that defense gives them a shot here next week. And Miami will have home field advantage. The game's going to be played in Miami, right? Which is kind of ridiculous, but okay. We'll see how well Indiana travels. I thought they traveled really well for this game. They dominated the crowd. It looked like most of the people there are Indiana fans or supporting Indiana. So I am assuming that they are going to travel well again. We'll see, though. I just hope it's a good game. But I do worry that that is going to be a blowout. Well, we got the commercial break here. Again, we'll stay on for the remainder of the game because at this point, why not? Why not be able to say that we toughed it out for the whole thing? As a Georgia fan, this has just been a beatdown. It's not been fun to watch. It's just is what it is. Good for Indiana. Glad for them. Tough for Oregon fans, though. If you know an Oregon fan, maybe go give them a hug. They could use one right now. I don't know any Oregon fans, so I don't have to do that. Commercial break ongoing here. Oregon burnt that last time out before the play clock could wind down. They're facing 3rd and 4. I guess it'd be cool for them if they added on, scored some more points, make it look slightly more respectable. Alright, let me check the internet. Let's see if anything interesting has been said online about this game or during this game or just anything at all. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot right now. Nope, nothing interesting. Nothing interesting. It's too bad because the game is not interesting right now. Just a blowout, just an absolute beatdown. As some would say, it is a splattering. We'll return to the game here shortly. It's going to be the 1 seed against the 10 seed in the championship. That's also kind of crazy. The 10 seed made it all the way. Just have to hope they can put up any form of a fight. Alright, 3rd and 4, here we go. Moore takes the snap, dropping back to pass. He's got time, he throws, he's going for it all here. And it's going to be incomplete. Just a little out of reach there. Good coverage by the defense there. Didn't have a good chance to make that catch. It's now 4th and 4. I mean, hey, might as well go all out. Got to score a touchdown. Why not? Why not? 8:28 on the clock here, 4th and 4. Oregon surely is going to go for it. There's no reason to kick a field goal at this point. Ugh. Alright, they're going for it here at the 35. Moore takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Pressure comes. He's flushed out. He's going to the right. He's going to throw, and that is going to be incomplete. Going for that sideline grab. He couldn't get it. Oregon's going to turn it over on downs, and Indiana is going to get the ball back. And now we see if Indiana continues to play hard and try to add on to their lead. Mendoza is going back out there at quarterback. Again, I don't really know why. Just rest your starters. You are up a ton of points. It's a 34-point lead. I'd be pulling all my starters at this point, but you do you. .820 on the clock here. I assume Indiana's just going to hand it off a couple of times. Maybe they'll throw in third down to try to keep the ball. We'll see. Ball at the 35. Indiana takes a snap. Going to hand this ball off. He finds some room, actually. Shouldn't have gone anywhere. He breaks the tackle, and he's going to get the first down. That's the third string running back, I believe, Martin, with a 10-yard gain for the first down. Just keep handing it off. Just keep handing it off. That takes us under 8 minutes here. 7:50 and counting down now. They got it at the 45-yard line now. Mendoza takes a snap, hands the ball off. It's going to be another good run for a first down and more inside the 40, down around the 30 of Oregon. Indiana for real might hang 50 on this team. They're not even doing much. They're just handing the ball off. Oregon's defense can't do anything. Wow. This is sad. This is so sad. Again, good for Indiana, but this is sad for Oregon. Man. I'm sure on the sideline, Signetti is still angry about something. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he looks mad. I think he found the camera. I think he looked right into the camera. That's great. Ball to 29 now. Handoff here. It's going to go for about 2-3 yards. Now, Signetti's a lot of fun to watch. That's going to take us down to 6 minutes by the time the ball's snapped again. It'll be another handoff coming up, I guarantee, on 2nd and 7. All right, 2nd and 7 coming up. They got the ball at the 26-yard line. I'm guessing they're going to score here pretty soon. Shotgun formation. Mendoza hands this ball off, and he's going to get some blocks. He's going to find the edge. He's going to gain just 2 yards, though. Good effort by the defense there to not let that get worse. It's going to be about 3rd and 5 coming up. Martin, the running back, in for them right now. Be really interesting to see if they decide to run it again or if they want to throw and try to stay on offense. Under 6 minutes to go now. 5:40 on the clock. By the time the ball's snapped again, we'll be down to 5:20. Kobe Martin, I think he's RB3 on this team. 4 carries for 42 yards now. Good for him getting some action in this game. Black now in the backfield next to Mendoza to his right. See what they do here. Player in motion. Mendoza takes a snap, hands the ball off, and he's going to be... Oh, he's gone. He is gone. Kalen Black into the end zone. Indiana scores again. Indiana leads 55-15. I still don't really know why any of their starters are in the game, but okay. Run it up, guys. Run it up. Extra point is up, and it is good. That makes the score 56-15. All Indiana in this one. I mean, Oregon basically rolled over on one of their previous possessions where they punted the ball and just saying, we're not even going to bother going for it here. And Indiana says, yeah, we're going to score 2 more touchdowns on you. This is the Cobra Kai of college football. There's no mercy from this team. Absolute domination. Again, they haven't done anything particularly special. What they're doing is high-level execution, which you could say that's special. You look at the stats, they're not going to wow you. They're dominating. is what it feels like. The score says domination, but it's really the turnovers and high-level execution for Indiana. They do not make a lot of mistakes, and they capitalize on everything that you do wrong. That is what we've seen tonight. Oregon makes just a few mistakes early in the game, and suddenly it's a blowout, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. 56-15, all Indiana. 5:13 on the clock here. I mean, they weren't even trying anything on that drive. They ran the ball on every single play, and Oregon just could not stop them. Again, despite how ugly this has gotten, we will stay on till the end of the game. We'll tough it out. 5:13 here on the clock. Congratulations again to Indiana. You're feeling good. At this point, are you even having fun watching? Like, you've known the outcome for a while. Are you enjoying this still? Like, you're happy, but has it kind of worn off on you, the joy of this lead? Just curious. Not saying it should. Indiana, Miami next week. I still think it's a bad matchup for the Canes. I think it's going to be all Indiana next week, too. We'll see. Moore to throw in 1st and 10. It's going to be caught at the 39 and out of bounds. First down, Oregon. Good for them. Big question for Oregon now is, will Dante Moore declare for the NFL draft, or will this loss make him want to come back and run it back with the Ducks? I would not want to end my college career with a loss like this if I didn't have to. I'd be strongly inclined to come back, especially if you're going to get paid millions to do so. Which in this era, you get paid millions to come back, so. If I'm Moore, I'm coming back to college. I also don't really want to play for any of the teams that are likely to pick you in the NFL draft. But Moore looking to throw here on 1st and 10. And this is going to be a throwaway out of bounds. He was facing pressure immediately. This Indiana team up 41 points is still coming after him. No mercy. 4:31 on the clock now. I wouldn't even blame Oregon if they just handed it off to run out the clock as much as they can. But then again, the way Indiana's playing, they'd probably get the ball back and just score. So Indiana blitz in here. It's a short pass completed, and he's got a block, but he's not going to hit the first down. He'll be just short. 3rd and 1 coming up. That'll take us under 4 minutes, most likely. You know, at this point, let's just have Indiana score again. Let's get them to 60. 50 was the goal earlier. Let's get them to 60. More under center here in 3rd and 1. Probably a handoff. It is a handoff, and he is going to get the first down, barely. My guy's still on. Hey, man. I said we'll stay on for the whole thing, and despite the score, we're on for another 3.5 minutes. Oh, well. No regrets. It was a good stream overall. Thank you guys again for helping us get to 500 subs. Met our goal, and now we're on the path to 1,000. Oregon's got the ball at their own 49-yard line now. Still playing. If Indiana's going to run it up, they may as well try to do something. Moore looking to throw, facing pressure, rolling out, backpedaling now, and he throws. It's going to be incomplete, thrown out of bounds. 3:10 remaining on the clock here. We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done. Almost done. Check Discord when you're finished. Yeah, I saw there were last I checked, there were 240 messages I hadn't read. Did Devin give us an actual update there? That'd be pretty cool. 2nd and 10 coming up. 3:10 on the clock right now. Still at the 49-yard line. Both teams have 2 timeouts. I don't know that really matters here. I'm just assuming no one's going to bother using a timeout from here on out. We'll see. Play clock winding down. Moore takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Going to get this to his running back here, who gets 1 block and makes some moves. He's going to get the first down. He's going to cross the 40-yard line of Indiana. It's a non-update, then why are there 240 messages? And do I even need to read through all of them? The heck, man. Not my day here, honestly. This blowout of a game. Good for Indiana, though. I wish I had more talking points for you guys. There's just really not a whole lot. All we can do is repeat all the same things we said early on. Moore dropping back to pass. Throwing deep. It's going to be incomplete. Just overthrown for his man. He had a little bit of room to work with. Even if he caught it, he was taking a huge hit. It'll be 2nd and 10. Clock is stopped at 2:28. And, we still have the 2-minute timeout approaching, too. Can we just not do that? Can both teams decline the 2-minute timeout? That would be nice. Oh, let's hope so. Let's hope I'm entertained. That'd be good. .228 here. 2nd and 10 coming up. Ball at the Indiana 39. Moore set to take the snap shortly. Player in motion. Takes a snap. Flips it to the guy. And he's going to get dropped for a 2-3 yard loss. I mean, that's bad. And I think that's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. Oregon has no need to hurry this up. .56-15 is the score here at the 2-minute timeout. Cignetti once again finding the camera. Gave a slight smirk there. Cignetti is a goofy guy, man. He knows what he's doing with those stares into the camera. He knows he looks mad. He knows the memes. I like it. Hey. Got the 2-minute warning here. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we return, the clock should be quickly run out. Seems like Indiana is probably done scoring, you would think. Although at this point, who knows? Who knows? They might add on. Would we even be surprised? And I no shame on Oregon for trying to do something here at the end of this game. I mean, if Indiana's going to keep scoring, then you're Oregon, you're looking at that, you go, we may as well. We may as well. If they're not going to stop, then we don't need to stop either. It's not a sign of disrespect or anything. It's just all they can do. All right. Again, not really much to say. We've kind of said all that there is to say at this point in the game. So we'll end the stream probably right after the game has officially ended because we want to stay on for the entirety of the game because why not? As we've already said, Indiana's probably going to beat Miami. I guarantee you they'll be favored by at least a touchdown. I feel pretty sure of that. Whether or not they cover remains to be seen. I think Indiana just needs to get to 20 points in that game, and they probably win it. I don't think Miami's going to crack 20 points against this defense. Could be mistaken, but that's my early gut feeling on that. Good for Indiana, man. Good for Indiana. Good for Mendoza. I'm a Mendoza fan. Hopefully he has a good career in the NFL. And then for our upcoming streams, again, we'll be doing Panthers-Rams tomorrow. I'm a Panthers fan, so I'll probably just be losing my mind for 3 hours. Then we got Bears-Packers tomorrow night. Daniel and I will be both commentating that one. Sunday, we'll be doing Sunday Night Football, Patriots-Chargers. We may do some other things on Sunday, remains to be seen. Monday night, I'll be solo for Texans-Steelers. We'll be rooting for the Texans and against the Steelers in that one. So a lot of NFL streams coming up this weekend as a wildcard weekend officially starts tomorrow afternoon. Looking forward to it. Probably will be our last college football stream for a while. I'm guessing I won't do the national championship game. I could be swayed though. If y'all want it, then maybe we'll do it. We'll see. Commercial break coming to an end here shortly. As Oregon's going to take the field. Just trying to do anything before the end of this game. 56-15. If you told me that would be the score pre-game, I would not have believed you. I probably would have laughed at you. And here we are. Alrighty. They're lining up now. Ball at the 41 of Indiana. Oh, hold up. Oregon calls a timeout right out of the 2-minute timeout. Really? Why? We just did the 2-minute timeout, and they're going to call a timeout now. Okay. Down 41 points. Sure. Make sure you have the right play or whatever. All right. Well, we will be waiting just a little bit longer to see what the Ducks do on offense. It doesn't matter. It's just playing for pride. Might as well. Curt Cignetti has won 26 games in his first 2 seasons as Indiana's coach. This is the most wins in the first 2 years with a program by any coach in the AP poll era, since 1936. That's ridiculous. Moore checks this ball down on 3rd and 12. Nice catch and run. He's going to get the first down inside the 25, 20, 15, 10, and he is going to be just short of the goal line. Just short of the end zone. Great play there. You'll take it. Take whatever you can get at this point. Why not? That was a nice play. Jamari Johnson, he has a couple of nice plays in this game. Good for him. He's the only player who can really feel good about an individual performance in this game for Oregon. No one else can really leave feeling good. But Jamari Johnson's had a good game. Very good game. Almost had a second touchdown there. Here we go. Ball at the 2-yard line now. Moore under center to take the snap. Probably a handoff. 1:23 on the clock and counting down. Moore is going to hand this ball off, and the guy's going to get stuffed. No doubt about that. He gets absolutely stuffed. The clock will continue to run. The game will be ending very soon. Clock is all the way down to 45 seconds now. No urgency here because it doesn't matter. But they're still going to try to score. You may as well. Moore dropping back to pass. 50-50 ball. Going up for it. And the receiver can't get there. There's going to be PI. And defenders all over him. You got to call that. Got to call that. The clock will stop at 34. And... Alright. Whatever. They call pass interference on the defense. That is officially the call. Half the distance to the goal. First down for the Ducks. 56-15 right now. Oregon trying to make that look just a little closer when 56-22 still looks horrible. It's a 5-touchdown win, bare minimum for Indiana. Ridiculous. Ball at the 1-yard line now. Shotgun formation. Moore. Oh, man. He didn't get the snap ready. He's going to throw this ball away. He was not ready for that snap. It would have been more fitting if he dropped the ball and Indiana got the ball. But all right, 2nd and goal now from the 1. 29 seconds left on the clock. Just a bad snap, bad catch, incomplete. Good job by Moore being able to just get rid of it at least. I don't know, just giving credit for the bare minimum now. All right, Oregon at the 1, just trying to make it look a little better. It doesn't matter. But Indiana's adding points onto their total, so they may as well do the same. No shame. Moore takes a snap, hands this ball off. No, he keeps it, looking to throw. Yeah, it's going to be caught. Oregon does get a touchdown here. They will crack 20 points. All right. 21-56 is now the score. Indiana with the 35-point lead. Only 35. Cignetti's going to be so mad at his defense for letting up a touchdown there. Man. Well, the game is almost over, you guys. We will wrap it up here after the end of this game. 22 seconds remaining. I imagine they're just going to kick the extra point. No need to go for 2. It does not matter. I guess we'll see. And if that was Dante Moore's last pass as an Oregon Duck, that was a good one at least. That's where the attention will turn. Will he return to school, or will he indeed declare for the NFL draft as everyone expects him to? PAT is up and good. So the final score is going to be 22-56. Total and utter domination for the Indiana Hoosiers tonight. And the Oregon Ducks will suffer another blowout loss to end their season. Back-to-back years. At the hands of Big Ten foes at that. It sucks for Oregon fans. I'm sorry for you. Indiana fans, I'm happy for you. This is awesome for you guys. One of the best stories we've seen in a while. Hopefully you guys can get the job done against Miami next week. And no hate on Miami. I'm not a fan of Carson Beck. Personally, I don't like him. And I do like Mendoza. So I will strongly be rooting for Indiana in the championship. I think they have a good edge there. I think they match up well. We'll see what happens. So congratulations to the Hoosiers once again. Total domination. They're just going to go out there one more time, take a knee probably, and that'll be the end of the game. So go ahead and say thank you to everyone who's been watching. We appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun just interacting with people tonight. Daniel was here. Joel was here. We had a couple of people stop by. Someone who said Oregon was going to come back. At least you had faith. Budget Clipper reviews. And the Bread Report was here. Anton was here. And someone else was here. Rogue Gamer was there. Yeah, thank you all. We appreciate it. We had some people chatting. And I think we gained 3 subs during the stream. We hit 500, so thank you all to all of our new subs. Appreciate it. Really glad we could hit 500 tonight during such a horrible game to be watching. And hey, if you're listening and you haven't subbed yet, we'd appreciate it if you would. Trying to get to, I think our goal by the end of the year is 1,000 subs. Hopefully we can do it. It'll be tough, but we're capable. Our immediate goal is going to be 600. We'll see how soon we can get that. And victory formation for Indiana. Finally, they show mercy for the first time. They take a knee, and that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be the end of the game. Congratulations for the final time to Indiana. See ya in Miami. Best of luck to you. And with that, we're going to wrap up the stream. Once again, thank you all to everyone who showed up. Thank you to our new subs. We appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow for Rams-Panthers and then Packers-Bears. Big stuff tomorrow. So in the stream here, thank you all so much. Hopefully you have a great night, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.